Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Arcanautus Ascent. Pardon the slight week skip there that we did. We did record, but of course, the only things that were recorded were my insane ramblings on my end. My lovely player's audio was not collected by the recording software, so it was just me talking to myself for 3.5 hours.
You know what happens to everyone? Everyone just has a fit of,
The insanity?
communicating complex scenarios to themselves.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Okay,
Oh
what
jeez.
what was that?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Wait, hold
So
up.
somebody got a voice changer, as you guys can tell.
And they're currently in like a very
There
long
we go.
hallway.
There we go. Got it.
Yeah.
Can't have the shit minimized, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, was it doing it and you didn't expect it to?
Yep. I
Naturally.
thought that I had turned it off.
Yeah. And I had thought I had turned the audio on last week, but you know what? You live and learn, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's recording, right?
Uh, yes. Looks over,
Here we
tabs
go.
over to OBS
Now it's
nervously.
situated properly.
Okay, yeah, that's the voice that
That's
The
the
new
closest
character.
approximation of the
chosen.
newest character's voice I could do.
yep, that Saturn is going to be doing. Feedback is always welcome. I am open to it for now. All right, moving on. So, last we left off. First, let's do a quick recap of what happened last week. Let me go through my notes here. Alright, so there's a little bit to get through, but here, let's just take a minute to hear. So, Anwan has vanished. The halfling who had assisted you with the Ublex to in acquiring your smaller ship, they have vanished, and they left a note saying that he was headed to the other two treasure points, and that they may be back to help in the future, bearing gifts. So just to let you know, Anwan has skedaddled. All right. So as you're all going about your business, post the incident with or I suppose the incident and
Punching the fish.
revelation of punching the fish. Yes, everybody was there for that one. Um, uh, Zen and Siegfried planned on doing some exploring. And remind me, this was the day. Excuse me. This was the day that the adamantine rod was finished, or the day before.
This was the day, as it was finished, we went on to do this little exploration.
Yes, exactly. As the finishing touches were placed, and Huge went to go test his line, the plan of ethereally exploring the space beneath the Temple of Angulus, which supposedly held a fishing hut that Angulus had used in the past with a small underground lake, supposedly existed. Um, a rival fisherman to Charmet made themselves known. A human by the name of Quartermaster Magul. I'm not sure if you all learned his name, but there you go. And
I
his
think the goblin said it.
and his yes, he would. And then his goblin partner and ship captain Hugh Stonehunter, who appears to be in pirate getup, similar. Appears to be ex Razorclaw, one of the main traditional pirate gangs. Who has found new joy in the art of extreme fishing, and was given Charmet some guff before Siegfried intimidated the shit out of him.
Hey, I helped.
And yes, Zen also helped as well. But yeah, so you guys intimidated the shit out of Magul and Hugh, or mostly Hugh. Magul just kept to himself. But yeah, so Zen went to go investigate. Um, beneath the and as you all can see here, I'll zoom out. There was this underground lake that Zen discovered via simply descending via etherealness by the power of the Crying King's crown. And they descended into this beautiful open space, just barely lit by 2 torches that seemed to remain ignited despite the age of the chamber apparent. Little silverfish and several larger koi filled this this body of water. And in the center was a little simple fishing hut, which Zen had entered and met the ghost of an old man. Zen meets the ghost of an old fisherman in the hut hidden in the underground lake below the Temple of Angelus. The old guy wants to put one of his koi out of its misery and make stew out of it. Zen and him have a beautiful moment which is lost to the annals of history. I wrote.
Do you want me to go into detail about that stuff?
You know what? Yeah, what was your perception of that? What was your, cuz you and Siegfried and the new moth person who is on the Mari, who is on a temporary member of Charmot's crew, who they hired on for a little while to assist. But Siegfried and Mari did their own thing to discover the chamber. They found a physical entrance while Zen simply went down through the ceiling. So Zen had some
ghost.
specific moments alone with this ghost gentleman. Zen, go ahead and recount what occurred for you.
So after I phased through the earth surrounding this like little cave cavern types area under the temple, I saw the hut, and my first instinct was, well, I gotta check that thing, but like I have a bad feeling about like just like doing it too without being alert. So I checked around, and then I phased through into the hut. Once I got in, I saw the ghost of the old man sleeping in a like a rocking chair, and at his feet was an an ethereal fishing rod, which had like a similar like look and vibe to the phase bar items that we came to own. Whereas you
I
can
will
see,
say my descriptor there was perhaps not apt enough. There was a fishing rod on the material plane, and there was a ghost fishing rod in the same physical space.
I see.
2
So
separate entities in the same space on different planes.
okay, so
Sorry,
it had
I
the
realized
fishing
there was a
pole also had a ghost.
The
Fishing
rod
pole
had a
also
ghost.
had a
Yes.
ghost. So I saw that, and I knew that there were like 3 parts to the set that we were looking for, but I thought this old guy might have some answers. Like it was like, it's a fish, that's a ghost fishing rod. That can't be what we're looking for. So like um I went looking around. It looked just like a normal hut, and the old guy was sleeping there. I was trying to be like, covert, a little stealthy. But my ghost self like fumbled and made some noise. So the old man woke up. And I was just like, "Hey, how's it going?" And he seemed a little scatterbrained. It seemed like he'd been down here for a very long time, where he seemed to have lost a lot of his memories and stuff like that. Um, so I tried to ask him things like how long he'd been down there, what's his name, if he knew the location of any of the artifacts, because I told him that I'm sort of like searching for it. I do a lot of work on the seas, and I thought it'd be a nice adventure, that type of thing. Just essentially telling the old man that I stumbled upon this place because I'm looking for that artifact. And he said that he wasn't really clear, but that if I helped him out with a favor, he would try really hard to like recount it. And considering he seemed to be just like a harmless old man, I felt obliged to try to get it done. So he told me that he wanted me to find a very specific koi fish that he had like it was his pet that he had like kept in the pond, and it was uh, the main distinctive point of it is had a giant red like spot, but only on its forehead,
Yes.
nowhere else. So I spent time searching the pond, and during that time, I couldn't find one that exactly matched. It
But
seems
it
like
appeared that many of them had that spot, but seemed to have been crossbred with many of the other sorts of koi, implying that, you know, the other koi had been around for a while and had spawned.
yeah, they're generations of fish potentially. So, it was at this time when I was searching through the waters that Siegfried and Mari had found the entrance. The one, well, I guess there's technically two entrances to this on the
Yeah, there are a couple.
outside of the island.
Yes.
And they managed to travel through Mari via her wings and Siegfried via he climbed down
Yeah.
the slopes of the island
Yeah,
and
it was a
climbed in.
slightly underwater entrance, and Mari couldn't fly for a little while once they actually entered the cave, but they were able to just kind of fluff out their wings for a little while. Those two, in the meanwhile, I will say, the old gentleman had mentioned that he had want the koi put down because he felt like it was suffering. It had some kind of parasite or something. Mari and
Yeah.
Siegfried discovered that this was in fact probably quite true, as these little pinkish worms had, as they had been exploring the various rooms around here, had apparently dragged out and made their homes within the corpses of these larger koi fish. And in these like thick, wet, mossy blankets along the edges of the various rooms in this area away from the moving water in the center.
It was nasty.
It was quite nasty. Eventually, they came across what they didn't know, but Zen would have realized was the body of the older gentleman up in this. I just realized I'm gonna have to change my color. One sec. Do it to yellow. Up in this corner over here, they were able to find the body of the old man. And it had been converted via these worms, or these worms via it, into this undead monstrosity animated by just thousands of worms. And it had attacked Siegfried and Mari, but Siegfried quickly cut it down as its body
Very
attempted to...
quickly.
Yes, very quickly with his great sword, his flame tongue great sword. Excuse me. Yeah, there was a area beneath the waterfall, naturally, that eventually Zen was able to find a single flower with a red dot in the center, and after leaving and coming back to it, discovered covered in the moss that the worms had made their homes in, was the body of this massive koi fish that Zen had then discovered and retrieved, and via manipulating objects with his phase bar weapons in the real world, attempted to make some soup to satisfy the old man's requests.
Yeah, I had told the old man like I had cut off like the skin of the area that showed off like what it was the koi that he was looking
The
for,
red dot,
and had gathered one of the other koi that looked semi close to what it looked like,
one of
and
his
essentially told
descendants.
the old Yeah, and essentially told the old man, "Hey, it looks like the parasite or whatever that had plagued your fish managed to kill it. I found this though. It looks to be the last of its remains, and but if anything else, you should. It seems like your while it was still alive, your koi thrived because it left behind generations after generations of these koi here that look pretty similar to them. And so I had, as he said, using the sickle and spear I had, I finagled my way into to
Into
using
soup.
the pots and stuff and making something that reminiscent of a fish soup using the koi.
Yeah.
Uh, um, yeah. Oh, one thing to note: the old man essentially had said that this was like his getaway. Like he wanted to just get, leave like no longer be a man of the ocean. Just like wanted like a safe, sacred place
Peaceful
where the ocean
place.
couldn't touch.
Away from
And
the chaos of the seas surrounding Arcanautus and the Eye of Caesar. The seas out there are insane and dangerous, and he simply wanted a place to get away from that.
yeah, and Zen really like Zen felt quite similar, considering the things in the sea have been constantly trying to kill him. Um,
I will say, as a side note, you get the feeling that there's a lot of places, like, much farther away from the Eye of when fishermen retire in these parts, they usually retire to landlocked areas.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So he felt some kinship to the old man in that way, which really was what inspired him to really try to do this thing with the soup and whatnot. So I also mistakenly thought that I could use the spiritual weapon spell to make a spoon and tried to use that to help, but
So, and then I
it couldn't
realized that
work.
he was casting the spell in the ethereal plane, which means that it was on the ethereal plane, which means whoops. But there was an attempt at ethereal spoon.
Ethereal spoon. It'll
Ethereal
happen
spoon.
one day. We got this, guys. Just we'll
Hey,
make it work.
you don't have a religious orientation with your spiritual weapon, so yeah, you can make it whatever you want, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Zen's not very religious. Uh, but yeah. So while Zen was doing that, Siegfried and Mari were having their encounter, discovering all this stuff. Luckily, Siegfried had his Scourge ability, so he was literally able to bug zapper
Yes.
the
He was
entire place.
for what? It's a 15-foot radius around him, 10-foot radius around him. He was just
10 foot.
destroying the hundreds of worms within these mossy blankets, and within the corpses as well. Fortunately, he reached the zombified, or I suppose just undead would be a better word. Worm husk of the old man's corpse at the cusp of that, so he was able to essentially purge the area of these things.
So,
Pretty thoroughly.
yeah, so we probably there's probably still some left, but even Zen using his phase bar stuff was like hacking at the things, trying to kill them as
Yeah.
much as possible after he found out about the old man corpse being there.
Yeah.
Uh so Zen was pretty pissed off because the old man he just wanted to feel safe and just get away from it all, but even that was taken away. So
He didn't seem
he
to
went
remember
out
how
trying to
he
kill them.
died, and Zen specifically chose not to reveal that information to him, which I found respectable at least.
Yeah, nah. Zen thought about it for a moment, but the seeing that it seemed to pain him to try to think about it, Zen just let it go. And then a very movie-like thing happened to Zen where he's talking to the old man one moment, and
As
he's
he's
turning
making the
his
soup.
head to hand him the soup. When he looks back, the old man's just gone. Just,
Indeed. The ethereal
just
rod is gone, and the one on the material plane remained.
yeah. And then after Zen used some charades to
Yeah, charades with the
while
sickle and
still
spear. this one thing that can reach between the ethereal and the material for him to
Just so you
like
know, I'm making
pantomime.
gloves.
You what?
I'm gonna, cause I still have phase bar. I'm going to, in addition to like using them for like weapons, I'm going to like make gloves where like
I
the
guess
hand part
I
has
guess
phase
you could
bar.
make like chain link gloves maybe? Yeah, I guess that could work.
So
It's more of a sharp material. It's not exactly because it's not metal.
yeah, no, I was thinking like chips of it and like just having it on the hand, like the palm
Interesting.
area of the glove, so that I could just grab things.
It's like, yeah, that's interesting. I like that. We will discuss the magic item creation in that regard at some point later, because you would also have to work it in a way that you do not lose the properties of the material via the transposition of this, what is it, object. Anywho. So, moving on to today. All right, let me get back on Roll20 here, because I'm keeping a very close eye on OBS now. I'm kind of watching the screen through OBS, so everybody, if I go back and forth, don't mind the slight delays.
Oh, the fishing rod was the anchor rod.
Yes, it was, in fact, they discovered the anchor rod, the second artifact of Angulus.
And Zen did not acquire what was the word that you used? Recognition. But the old man's spirit seemed to give thanks. Like it was a calmful aura and like afterwards, and we gave him a resting place behind the um waterfall where his pet was. He also described as like his meditation spot. So
Indeed. Uh, Zen, you did feel very much at peace in that place. Did I say you didn't feel the acknowledgement?
yeah, you said that what it was. Because I had specifically asked like, oh, did the same thing that happened that I was able to see happen to the others happen
Okay,
to me?
that's the wording specifically here. You
Yeah.
felt
So
a
what?
bit of appreciation and a
Yeah.
sense of rightness. Perhaps it is not the same kind of recognition that punching a fish would give you. As you are reflecting on it, as you are ascending and you pantomime to your companions to ascend back towards the temple or return to your ship, whatever you prefer, you are here. We're gonna move back to the Angulus Island here. Oh, I realize I copy and pasted your guys' stuff between layers. Whoops. Anyways. Ahem.
I'm on the normal plane now too.
Yeah,
By the way.
you eventually drop out and you're able to return back to the material. You see as you guys return, you all eventually meet back at the docks, if that is your preference. And you are watching Huge and a couple of other anglers have actually taken an interest in watching this gigantic man with this gigantic rod just casting, the rod itself shining the sort of pinkish red, the line reflecting off the evening sun as he casts it like 100+ feet out from shore with his massive musculature. Huge, while you all had been below, has been practicing with the adamantine rod. You see he's been mostly catch and releasing, but you see a small crate of what appear to be some very nice looking food fish. Sort of like the the tuna sort of size. A lot of them are on the smaller side for something huge would be catching. Like we're still talking like 80-pound fish. Like he's got 3 or 4 in there. And A couple of the other fishermen seem to have been assisting him with like bringing some back and like choosing, oh, maybe you should toss that one back, it's underweight, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like he's these two spectators have sort of been like coming in every so often and kind of like giving him feedback, and he seems to be learning from them, and they all appear to be paying forward the entertainment of getting to watch this majestic display of powerful casting and reeling that this huge entity that was once a man is doing with this amazingly, spectacularly forged rod and line that Zen and Down had created. Huge's head turns, or well, you know, his head can't really turn. His torso turns over to you, Zen, and he kind of reels in the line and doesn't have anything, but he reels it in and kind of hooks it onto the rod for storage / traveling purposes. He holds it out to you and he says, "This was a huge success."
I'm glad you like it, buddy.
You have huge skills at the forge, my friend. Truly, this is the right path for me to be on. And he glances out towards the evening sun over the horizon, the wind blowing across his musculature, the droplets of sea breeze glistening against his muscles. And Lil Puff is just behind him clapping like, "Yay! We're gonna catch big fish!"
Oh yeah, we're gonna get even bigger fish, buddy. And then once you pull them in, then you can start punching them, and that's when the real fun starts.
Lil Puff raises up his little thin fists, and Huge is like, "No, little one. He was speaking to me." And he sort of cracks his puts the rod to the side, kind of leans it against the crate, and just cracks his knuckles, which is very loud. I'm very much prepared and excited for this excursion. At this point, who has the anchor rod?
I do. I'm very just. It's
it
like
feels right in your
yeah.
hands.
I'm holding over my shoulder, like the just leaning over.
You do notice the lead bobber, or the lead, I should say, weight. The bobber floats. The weights sink. Sorry. Alright, so because I know you've watched Hunter x Hunter,
I haven't.
Oh, I am sorry. Okay. Weighted fishing rod that also acts as a weapon. Here, let me get you the description here.
I think that it's me who's watched.
Wait, so this is a weapon? Oh, that makes it even better.
Yep, I will give it to you in just a sec, my friend. Here, we got Hat of the Angler. I'm gonna paste these in Roll20. So, Siegfried, this is the Hat of the Angler. And the anchor rod. Excuse me. These are two vestiges of Angulus.
Oh, there's one other thing we forgot from last time.
Sorry?
After asking some people around, it seems that the last of the 3 artifacts might be in
the Ascending Menagerie. Yes, the Vest of Tackling. What?
Just saying I don't. Oh wait. Oh, never mind. I was looking in the wrong place. Okay.
Did I?
No.
By the way, I have not
Discord.
double checked the. Oh no. I put it in Roll20. So just copy and paste it somewhere for yourselves, just so that you have it somewhere. I don't know if you guys keep notes, but you know I always have them if need be. You know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll put it in Discord too. One sec.
Wait, did you upload pictures as well?
Excuse me?
Oh no, that's your icon.
It's my icon.
No, sorry.
Okay, so. Oh, Siegfried's here.
Yes.
Can you hear us, Siegfried?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
We're
welcome.
here.
When did you join?
But during the story.
Yeah, well, he was still explaining what
You're
happened
so-
last time.
I'm not looking at Discord. I don't know if you. Alright, well, maybe I should have been looking at the Roll20. I would have seen you on there too. Alright. Okay. Sorry. Anyways, Hat of the Angler. Lures and corks hanging from the brim. You can substitute up to 3 ability checks or saving throws with a result of 10 or 15 if the activity relates to fishing. The 3 charges refresh after a long rest. Additionally, when the wearer is hunting for a particular individual aquatic creature, that creature has an increased chance of appearing before the wearer. The wearer has advantage on perception and survival checks that relate to finding that creature. That is the Hat of the Angler. Siegfried, you, unless you guys have a specific, like, need to load up on a single person, the hat likes you, Siegfried, so there you go. The Anchor Rod, Wondrous Item Legendary. The Anchor Rod is a well-used pole of wood and metal make, the most notable feature of it being the faintly luminescent line that emits a faint light only visible to the one attuned to the rod. The fishing line cannot be tangled. The wielder may choose when they reach a body of water to activate the rod. While it is active, the wielder has advantage on strength, constitution, and dexterity saves for 8 hours that relate to the activity of fishing or, while you're fishing. The effect ends if the wearer leaves the shoreline of the body of water they are in. The weight at the end of the rod can also be used as a weapon, the lead ball striking with a surprising amount of force for its size. The weapon has a +2 to hit and to damage rolls, so it's a +2 weapon essentially. And it is specifically a ranged weapon. You can't attack something directly in front of you with it.
Okay.
So yeah. But it has finesse anyways, so you can use your strength or your dexterity, whatever's higher.
And you can pull things.
Yes. When you hit a creature with it, you can choose to force a contested roll for athletics versus their athletics or acrobatics, basically a grapple check. If you succeed, you may reel the creature up to 15 feet closer to you. That is specifically in combat. And I didn't write down a size thing, but let's, within
so it's
reason.
like a size larger than you? Like, since I'm medium, it would be a large?
Yeah.
That type of thing?
Yeah.
Quick question. For the damage, is that because I know special items have distinction, things like that. So is it just 3d6 or do you add a mod as well?
This is a +2 weapon.
No, but I mean, like, would I add my dex or strength to damage rolls?
Oh yeah,
Is what I'm asking.
And yeah, it has finesse. You choose.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
It's not that's how weapons are listed in, like, I think on, like, maybe on Roll20 or on one of the various sites that I use for this sorts of thing. Anyways, sorry, we're getting into. Well, I guess it was necessary, but yes, it deals 3d6 +2 plus either your dexterity or strength modifier, whichever you prefer. All right, so moving on. Yes, everybody has their items now. Huge has gotten a chance. Huge feels confident in his abilities with the adamantine rod. Zen, you feel confident holding the anchor rod. Are you attuned to it perchance?
I would, considering what we're about to do, I have already unattuned from the Star Piercer currently, so I have one attunement spot open, which I'll use for the anchor rod.
And as always, when you unattune from Star Piercer, you the portal shrinks down until it's not really visible.
I'm gonna probably reattune to it when we get back to Arcanautus, but
of
this
course.
makes sense.
Man, talking about getting back to Arcanautus, we've really been on a cross the 7 seas adventure, huh? Went from one end of the map to the other.
King.
Sorry?
I still haven't become Pirate King yet, so like, we're not done.
This ain't the Grand Line, boy.
we'll be back to the seas. Yeah,
You gotta,
but this
if you
definitely ain't
want,
paradise.
of course. If you want to be Pirate King, you gotta beat all 3 gangs. I'm willing to write that arc if you want.
Oh, I look forward to that.
Actually,
I'm
that
still
sounds super hype.
very curious about the skeleton pirates.
Oh, fuck, what were their names? I'm sorry, it's written down somewhere. I can't.
It was
I
like
remember it was
bone
bad.
something.
I remember it was
pretty
bad.
It was pretty bad.
No, it was. You know what it was? It was the Spookies.
If there are any skeleton pirates, they're just gonna get fucked over by our party. Because it's all
radiant, yeah.
damage using it. We're all radiant damage dealers.
Yeah.
Hey man,
I don't
that
think
just
they're
makes
vulnerable.
it better. That makes it more.
Of course, they're not vulnerable to radiant damage, skeletons.
Oh, that.
Yeah, so that's a common
yeah.
misconception with Dungeons and Dragons where, like, so yes, some shadowy type creatures are weak to radiant, like, I think shadow demons are weak to radiant, but, nah, fam, nah, it's just effective against them, like, they don't resist it often. And Divine Smite, or Turn Undead, these paladin and cleric spells deal extra shit to undead as well. So, like, that's kind of where that comes in. Yeah, you have... It has to be radiant from a, godly source. You know what I mean? That's often the association people... Sorry, I'm going on a tangent.
No.
Yep.
Once again, that's not bad
That's
information.
legit.
Of course.
It's relevant.
That's clearing up common misconceptions people have. All right. So, Charmet will acknowledge the group at this point. All right, so... no, he didn't have an accent. Stop it, Edward. So, I'm thinking that we'll, head out, bright and early tomorrow? Right as the sun rises or right as the sun sets? That's when I've seen it. Honestly, sunset has been the only time I've directly encountered it myself, but I've seen others encounter it before the sun comes up as well. But it doesn't seem to enjoy being out during the day from the few tales, or the many tales, but the few seemingly more accurate tales seem to imply. So, what do you boys think? Morning or night? Or morning, or I should say sunrise or sunset?
What do you guys think? Hello?
Hello?
I know Siegfried's mute,
Siegfried's
but Mari,
mute.
but he can nod his head.
Hmm?
There you are. Hello, could you hear us?
Yeah, sorry, I just spaced out. I stayed up way too late last night. I was up until 3 in the morning drawing.
Jeez, I mean, it's good that you're working on your craft, though. But anyways, so yes, Zen had proposed whether the group wants to, or I should say, Zen proposed to the group after Charmet had you guys are hearing it multiple times. I'm just saying it multiple times, and I don't listen to myself as much as I should. Sorry. Charmet, yes, after Charmet had pointed it out. Sunrise or sunset? Charmet is used to doing it during sunset, but he's heard tales of folks doing it during sunrise as well.
Yeah, so,
Basically, do you want it to be getting lighter as the fight goes on, or getting darker as the fight goes on?
Getting darker.
Yeah, I figured. Any objections?
Nope, not. I don't see that as whatever gets it more likely for us to find the thing. I mean, our plan is to
They'll
have
like dark vision too, so
yeah. So
We cast
And
at
plus the-
sunset.
cast it. Oh, I see. So are we gonna stick with Siegfried and Huge on the first ship
So
with
now-
Charmin?
Okay, here's the part where we go over to the other map. All right, one sec. We're going back to this good old reliable sea combat map. Alrighty. Okie dokie. Oh, there are two Siegfrieds. Alright, so, the original plan, was that we were taking one ship out, to cause as little disturbance in the water as possible, and then another ship, will be just outside, the hunting radius. And you're going to be going a little bit, west, just outside the outskirts of the island.
How fast is a salamander in water?
That depends. What did I say its stat block was? Giant crocodile?
Yeah.
Giant croc. Let's see. It is
50 feet.
Yep.
So
honestly,
he's pretty quick.
Could ride him down at like the bottom.
Oh, fuck. You definitely could do that. He's cute. Yeah, he's bigger than you, so you can definitely do that.
Yeah, I'm
Siegfried, you're keeping probably closer track than I am, or it's buried in my notes. How big is Jormungandr right now?
I believe he was 25 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds
'cause
right.
That sounds about right. And he's starting to get those. His skin is becoming harder and a little bit more jagged. And he seems to have two little kind of like slightly horn-like, stumpy sort of protrusions that are beginning to change the shape of his head a little bit. Yeah. So what so do you guys have any specific preparations, and also which of the two large ships are you taking?
The two large ships. What do you mean?
You're taking both. Okay.
Yeah.
Um
The Siegfried and them will be on the one with the cannons, because that one has cannons.
uh-huh.
And
What
and
are you
then
just keeping the Velociraptor below deck as well? Still?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's our Hail Mary.
that's our end game.
literally, it's when all hope is lost. You limp towards the Velociraptor, tear off the metal casing that's around its mouth, and just unleash hell upon the world.
But yeah, Siegfried's probably gonna ride the salamander at like the bottom of the ocean.
You can breathe underwater. Yo, that's lit. Alright, oh, shit. Alright, Siegfried. Oh, shit. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, so Siegfried, where will you be relative to the ships, underwater?
Uh,
Are you just gonna, like, stay... So, now, you said bottom of the ocean. It's a little deep, comparatively. Just to point that out. You're probably, like, 200 feet down, like, this far out from shore.
Alright.
Like, it's pretty deep. It's not, like... You're not at the edge of the landmass's, seamound right now. You're probably on the cusp, and, I guess, because you have dark vision as well, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that you, from scouting the area... Oh, Siegfried, roll 1d20 for me. Yeah. You encounter, a couple of, hunting, small sharks, but they aren't big enough to decide that dealing with your salamander is enough of an issue, and your salamander even like snaps its jaws at them and they flee. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you don't get any particular you don't have any particular difficulties in your solo plus salamander mission at the bottom of the sea. And you are nearing the edge of the sea mound. Nearing the edge of the sort of plain where the cliff face, essentially, where the sea descends to deeper depths. You feel like, based on this scouting, that this edge, based on what Charmit says, seems to be where the big one appears.
All right.
Okay. Siegfried, are you mainly scouting out down there? What is your actions? What is your plan down there? And then I'll get to everybody else.
So yeah, I was just scouting, but if I find it, I'm probably gonna try to like scare it upwards.
Interesting. Okay, so make a survival check and a perception check. All right, while he does that, Zen, what is your setup going to be?
So
Currently, you've
We're
got Charmit on the ship with the ballista.
Oh,
Wait, what? Was the first one the perception check?
that's the
no,
survival.
the first that was survival.
Okay, you don't find
You
it.
can't survive. You don't survive.
You don't find it, and you forget that you have the ring on for a sec, and you start panicking and like going to choke a little bit on the water, and then you're like, oh wait a minute, no, I can breathe this. You look around and you're glad that nobody saw it. There's a sea urchin to your left that might have seen it, but you know, sea urchins, they know better than to talk.
Actually, how deep is the water? And
I said
was it?
200
200 feet.
I said 200
We
feet.
can't see shit.
So I'm gonna stick with that.
You're just barely out of sight range for me.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, 'cause you have.
Because remember, I
Oh
can see
god, you
through
can
it.
see everything.
I can see basically.
Okay, so now
everything.
you don't have X-ray vision though.
I do not.
So there's still water in the way.
Yup.
It's not
I
a
mean-
crystal clear ocean, unfortunately. The waters are not dank,
They have a
but
high salt concentration.
they funny that. Yes, they do. Anywho.
Yeah, so you had
the
asked
second
me
one was
what
the perception.
I'm doing.
Zen, yes. Zen, unless Mari, are you simply flying around and surveying from above, kind of circling as the crew gets ready?
No, she's putting her eyes just under the surface of the water and like flying around trying to spot it. Because it's really only the surface of the water that would
Interesting.
block her ability to see.
Okay.
So
okay.
long as her eyes are under the water, she can see. just fine.
Alright. You have Devil's Sight, but you don't have Devil's particularly durable eyes. Go ahead and roll your perception check.
I mean,
Just straight
she
just straight perception for me.
Okay.
Dude, I'm fearing you're gonna die here because my experience with bugs flying over water is never a good thing.
I wasn't gonna say anything. Are you gonna roll on Roll20 by the way? Oh yeah, you are.
Yep.
Okay, 18. That's pretty good. You're able to make out some smaller shapes. You see reflecting a school of minnows swim by at some point of like 70 feet down. Probably you'd approximate. You guys are basically doing a fantasy sonar search right now about how you normally have those on the decks of the ships and stuff. You're pinging from below and you're pinging from above. Interesting. Okay, so that's what you're up to, and we will get back to that 18 in just a moment. Zen, what are you doing? You
So-
have the Are you and Huge going to be on
Huge is on this ship.
separate
I'm going to
ships?
be on the other ship.
Okay. Are you both casting in the area?
Yeah, I'm
Sounds good.
casting out, but we're behind. So we're actually behind this ship.
I assume, have you it took about I'll say 20 minutes, 30 minutes to get into position. Have you activated the anchor rod?
Yeah,
Okay,
Good.
so
and I have told the sailors on this ship that if we find it or if we see it and we're alerted to it, to fire the ballistas that have ropes anchored to the ship at the big
they
one.
have loaded up all 4 ballista with the roped ammo. And they have a second roped shot for each of them. They have a second roped shot for each of them. So
Okay.
basically, you
And-
have 8 total rope shots. But you'd have to maneuver the ship in a way that they can do it.
Are we trying to take this
Okay.
fish in alive, or?
Well, I mean, it
eh,
apparently like destroyed a ship. So my idea is we have it anchored and tethered to 2 different ships at
Yeah.
once, so
Charmet,
that I can't.
Charmet would propose. Oh, by the way, Siegfried, did you take the hat?
No, they said I couldn't.
Okay. Well,
They said Charmet.
he said Charmet's in charge of it, but if you're going out onto the sea, Charmet would acknowledge the fact that you are the one who punched the fish, and he would at least offer it to you.
Yeah, then I would take it.
Then you would take it? Alright, so I'll take it off of Charmet, and I will put it on Siegfried. And I'm going to put a little orange icon for anybody who has a vestige of Angulus, because that matters.
Okay. I take it that I can't put a
hat on a
spirit
hat?
into. No.
No?
I've already been admonished for wanting to put a hat
You don't
on
want
a
to
hat.
TF2 this?
No. So what I was saying was I'm taking it that because this is like an
Siegfried.
artifact that I can't put a spirit in this.
Siegfried, do you want to replace that with a 15?
No.
The survival check?
The 0? You don't want to replace the 0 with a 15?
I'm not dying. It's okay.
So, that is true. It does also say saving throws, which is a big, that's big. Yeah. Anywho.
Finding it's not his job. He just wanted to do it.
Alright, sorry, moving on. Alright, yes. So. I'm gonna say... Charlotte would have asked before you guys left if you want him to support you, Zen, or Siegfried. Or I'm sorry, not Siegfried, Huge.
He's on the ship with Huge. They're the main ship that I'm expecting to encounter it with,
Okay,
since
got
they're
it.
the one in front.
So
And
Charmet is giving guidance to Huge for casting and for how he's like reeling and stuff. So I'll give Huge will have advantage on certain checks as Charmet is specifically assisting him.
Yeah,
Charmet's a halfling. Charmet's on his shoulder assisting him. And is sort of hanging off the side and is patting his shoulder when he's doing something good and is like pointing out and like showing him like where the bobber is and like where the waves crest where he wants to be aiming for and like all this sort of stuff. Yeah. Cool. So that is their setup. So I'm gonna say Charmet has stats. He would express he is a hardened sailor of many years, but he is not experienced in the adventuring lifestyle per se. So he's got stats. He might not have character levels. So we will. He is a simple fellow with simple hobbies, and a dedication, to a particular lifestyle.
AKA he's squishy.
Maybe a little more than the rest of you, but he is very knowledgeable on the seas, therefore granting huge advantage for these certain things. All right. Oh, Lil Puff is in the ocean. One sec. Which ship is Lil Puff gonna be on, or is Lil Puff gonna stay at the temple for now?
He should probably stay at the temple.
All right. So, you guys leave Lil Puff behind at the temple. Down is gonna keep an eye on him as a favor to Zen, the half orc.
Well, we got the
Smith.
other ship too, so whoever is manning that ship is there as well.
Okay, yeah, that's true. You do have.
He's with the pufferfish. He's with
Oh
his,
yes, he's
his
with
friend.
the pufferfish. Yes, of course. And I believe, our shitty cleric,
Zalfos?
Zalfos
Yeah.
is
Who's Zelfos?
Zalfos is on that ship with Lil Puff and a couple of the sailors. And we'll say the other individual that accompanies you every so often, the other half orc, the paladin.
Genzu.
Genzu. Genzu is aboard that ship as well. They're staying out of it for now and protecting the big pufferfish.
What is Zalfos?
Oh boy.
You just called them out.
Hey,
Always been
I mean,
disrespected.
it's because I have a bad memory, not because he's terrible. He's got a good heart.
I mean, he hasn't really done anything for us, even though he's a cleric.
He has a weak heart.
And he's been outclassed by shoot. How do I get a brain fart so bad I forget the name of my own goddamn character?
Sylvie, yeah. I mean,
Sylvie.
well, he wasn't in
Sylvie.
combat. He wasn't
Yeah,
ever in
that's
combat.
True.
So.
He was more
I
a
always-
source of information and backup when needed. Although
Yeah,
barely. Anywho, alright, it's time to do a fishing minigame, motherfuckers. So anybody who's fishing is gonna start by rolling a simple D20. So this is gonna be one for Huge and one for Zen. One for
Oh,
Huge
geez.
and one for Zen. Okay, now Zen, you have the rod.
Yeah.
So I believe
So I have like advantage on.
It's not
pulling them.
advantage, it's a statistical increase.
While it is active, wielder has advantage on strength, con, dexterity saves for 8
Yeah,
hours.
those are the saves, but it's the second paragraph.
The weight of.
Oh wait, no,
the
am I
weight
thinking of the hat? I'm thinking of the hat.
Yeah,
The hat gives you advantage
The
on
hat
perception.
gives you
and survival.
advantage, or the hat gives you the increased chance of the creature appearing.
yeah.
Okay. Still with an 18. You guys are out. And you are casting your lines and waiting and waiting and waiting. There's a bit of idle chit chat. Zen, Captain Dawnstar will have expressed interest in the rod that you hold and sort of like the stories of what had happened on the island and all this stuff. Kind of has a bit of gives a solemn nod at the story as well. He seems to have a hint of acknowledgement, like he hasn't heard the specific story, but he's heard tales that hit similar beats. Huge and so Charmant is seems to be keeping very high energy despite the sort of relaxed nature of fishing. He seems very tense and very like he's got this smile plastered on his face as he's sitting on Huge's shoulder just waiting. And the two of them appear to be making small talk as well. Sorry, Zen, you were going to say something?
No, I was just thinking out loud. I was just saying like, oh, I feel like anyone would be excited to just sit on Huge's shoulder.
So any of you could. He's a size class larger than you. You can ride any creature that is a size class larger than you.
Oh my.
Or if it has the pack creature feature like donkeys and stuff. Anywho, so Zen, you feel a tug, like something has hit the line. Mari, or wait, no, never mind, Zen. Zen, you can see your line under the water as it faintly glows and appears rather distinct. You see the direction it's being pulled, and you notice it was a pull. Something brushed up against it, perhaps got caught on a fin for a moment before getting brushed off.
Okay.
A tenseness comes through the line. Something, a feeling immaterial, a hint outside the realm of reality. Something that feels a bit like destiny, if you were to put a word to it. bit
So
of
am
a-
I feeling this like through the rod?
Oh,
Is that
yes.
kind of how it's
the
being transmitted to
feeling
me?
is emanating, I suppose, or is being channeled through the rod to you. You get that feeling.
Okay.
Siegfried, you're wearing the hat. You can feel it. It's here, somewhere.
You're riding it.
What's your vision radius?
For dark vision, it's 60.
60 feet. All right. Go ahead and roll that perception check for me. Mari, are you still looking underneath the water?
Yep.
Yeah, so, like, with the waves and stuff, you, like, dip your head beneath, look your eyes beneath for a minute, and then dip up and kind of come back so that you don't get splashed by one of the waves and get stuck in the water.
Oh, you're like a bird.
Um,
You're like a seagull.
and, you don't need to make
Don't
a perception check.
talk.
Sorry?
Is this with the advantage with the hat?
He
or-
mentioned
Yes, it
seagulls,
is.
and I made a snide comment.
Oh, yeah, that'd be funny.
Oh.
So Siegfried, that is a natural 20. You saw the shape ascend. It's above you now. It's heading in the direction of the ships and of the lines. You, attuned to the hat, see a faint glimmer as it brushes against the line, almost as if you're seeing a remnant of what Zen can now see constantly, the glow of the anchor rod. You see the weight bob around ever so slightly, set at its limit, floating in your general vicinity, and you feel excitement. It's here. It's above you, about... Yeah, it's just outside your vision, about 65 feet up.
Alright.
Alright. We're not in combat or anything unless someone decides to start punching it.
Oh, that's gonna be real quick.
Next up...
Quick question.
Sorry?
Is the anchor rod a two-handed weapon?
Yes.
It is.
Did
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
write
add this to
two-handed?
prop-
Did I not?
No.
Oh,
It's not on there.
no! Oh, I suck. It's two-handed.
Yeah, I added it to the properties.
Thank you. I've added it to my primary document. But, you know, like, duh.
I mean, yeah, I just wanted to double check.
Of course, of course. Yeah, fucking fishing one-handed. Use your toe to fucking reel in the line. Anyways, so, I'm not declaring any order yet. You can act upon the feelings, both of you, all three of you, that you've got. Oh, I never described it for you, Mari, because your eyes... The darkness does not obscure your vision. The bits of algae, plankton, detritus, anything that may be hampering your vision does not seem to do so to you nearly as much. You see this thing, this form, this ancient-looking fish. Its maws coming into what appears to be a beak-like set of pincers. And I'm gonna just pull up the thing. It's that big.
Very
No,
tiny.
I'm kidding.
Oh my god, that's a lot less cute now.
Like half a whale.
Give me a minute.
I don't trust that thing to not snap the line at all.
Both of our lines are indestructible,
Correct.
except
That
for the
is
Well,
ones that are the
yeah.
ropes.
That's true. All right. So this.
I think old Snappy would like to fight that.
Yeah. It's much larger than Old Snappy. This thing, and Mari, you're able to see this. This thing is about 40 feet in length. And it is what one would describe as a big boy. He
It got two
appears
pieces.
ancient, covered in these bone armored plates from tip to tail. It is a very dark set of colors. This black into the less armored parts appear to be a like dull brownish color. But the plates and the bones around both its fins, its dorsal, pectoral, and fins, as well as the bones completely covering the front half of its body, and specifically around the jaws, are this jet black. You see no signs of eyes within the sockets, or just simply darkness envelops the areas where there should probably be two beady white eyes. It appears to simply be slowly swimming in this area. It seems tense, but not... It is not at rest. It seems to be aware that something is going on, as it is slowly swimming around and swimming just in a sort of almost like a circular motion in the area. It appears to be swimming back and forth for now. All right. And now keep in mind, it is currently still... Yeet. Does this work? Nope, of course not.
Yep. Mari is going to hold...
It's facing that way.
Mari is going to hold the frostbite cantrip in preparation for
Frostbite,
when it inevitably bites down. Minus 10 feet of movement, which should make it harder for it to pull away.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Noted. So you're holding that.
Yeah.
What is
It's also
the
fun
trigger?
how she casts it. Huh?
We
What's
will
the
get
trigger?
to that.
Oh, I just got a hit. I just got a hit.
Whoa, wait a minute. I wasn't... Sorry?
Huh? Oh. No,
You're just
nothing.
you're just casting it?
No, I'm holding it until
Okay,
it bites
alright.
down.
It is ascending slowly. It's about 50 feet below the surface now. Zen, as you're looking over, and you see Siegfried and Charmet sort of lean forward as well. Charmet shifting to the other shoulder to get a better view as he's looking. He says, "Are you feeling it? I can feel it! He's here!"
Aren't you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
Zen is Zen seems to be slightly overcome by the fanaticism that the rod is transferring into him, where his eyes are doing the glow that they usually do when he's going obsessive.
There is a
and
fervor in you that you have not felt since you got the Zorn contract, even, and you got that first bit of adamantine. Since you were working at it in the forge, the excitement is there. But this is a new challenge in a new battlefield.
and Zen's looking down at the rod,
You
and
can see
he's
the
like,
shadow of it.
I feel a weapons fighting spirit in you. This is gonna be fun.
A weapon by any other name, Zen. A weapon by any other name. All right.
Go
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna tell the.
Sorry?
I was just gonna say I'm gonna tell the crew to get the ballista ready. We'll see if they work on this thing. And I shout over to the other ship. Things are about to get messy, so get ready to try to hook it as well. Huge.
You see, you would shout this across, and you see Huge, is ready. He gives you a thumbs up. Here, you guys wouldn't be on a crash course.
Would it be like horizontal? What is it? Parallel to one another? Is that what's
Actually,
gonna
the
end up
plan
being?
was parallel, right?
Well, it was more like a slight diagonal. We were gonna be
Like
behind.
this. Oh, you can't see it till I do it.
Like it was gonna be like they were. So rather than that, it was more like you can see if I do lines and stuff, right?
Yes.
So it was gonna
Only
be like
once.
they were here,
Uh-huh.
and we were gonna be like here, that type of thing.
Okay, so
So like
trying to essentially get alongside it on both sides.
if either that or like we're both like it would be like let me switch
So
to
your
ping
ship-
now.
It's
It would be here.
overcomplicated. Just have us parallel to each other.
You would
Yeah,
prefer
just
if your ship was
we can just have them parallel.
over here, right? You said parallel is good?
Parallel works perfect.
Okay, so we're gonna go with parallel then. And that'll
Are
be
these red dots? What are these red dots?
those are to indicate that you have 2 shots of the that's
No,
for
not on
me.
us, on the ship.
That's what he's talking about.
Okay. Yeah. It's for it's fucked up because they're rotated. It's for the ballistas.
Oh, it's for the ballista.
It's for the ballistas to
oh.
acknowledge that you have 2 rounds left. I'm gonna switch it to yellow when you only have 1 round left, and then we'll just do it that way.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like damage or something.
No.
Oh, no.
I would do like a line on the edge of the ship. Siegfried, are you ascending as well?
What
What
I'm gonna
is
wait till Zen hooks it, and then I'm gonna have the salamander bite it.
so you are gonna have to ascend a little bit in order to do that. How far away from the creature are you going to be?
Far enough so I don't so it doesn't get spooked by me.
Okay, so let's say make a stealth check for me, Siegfried. Okay, do you want to make that a 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so it becomes a 15. Okay. Alrighty. So with a 15, and what is its modifier? Yeah, no, it doesn't notice you. So how close? You're able to get within, let's say, 30 feet of it.
Alright, then I'll get as
So
close
you
as
can
I
see it, and you can see the surface of the water.
Alright.
As it is now ascending, and it's about 10 feet below the surface. You can make out the jet black, bony plates. These jagged bony plates that seem to come from the front in sort of these, So you know, cupcake things that you put cupcakes in?
Yeah.
So, like, imagine putting a bunch of those in a stack together, or like 3 of them in a stack together, but you separate them slightly. Does that make sense?
I'm so lost.
Now
Yeah.
I'm
smooth
so
it out.
lost.
Now smooth it out just a
Oh.
little bit, and that is the shape of the bones upon this.
Speaking about like the cupcake wrappers, right?
Yeah. The cupcake wrappers.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So
So usually-
this image is not a direct depiction, but close enough. It is a little spikier, basically, is what I'm saying.
Okay. So I don't
And a
know
little
if this is
darker.
like foreboding or anything like this,
Mhm.
but this thing reminds me of stuff from the what was it called? What the trench? This thing looks like something straight out of the trench.
Weird. Anyways, roll d20 for me, fisherman.
Great.
You didn't have a lot of luck today.
Phew. Wait, you said he has
Oh, he has
advantage on
advantage.
stuff.
That's right. Huge.
Oh.
Buddy. Charmin.
Dude!
So Charmin is just gripping onto his shoulder. And
Can he do that?
Huh?
It's so thick. Can't...
Well, he's nestled in his collarbone, let's say that,
Oh.
excitedly holding on to his clavicle, like looking in anticipation. So he's not very much help. Zen, good, but the creature appears to simply be swimming around. There's no aggressive action yet. You do see its form moving around and kind of between the two ships. Mari, are you taking any actions at all? It hasn't been hooked yet.
It has not been hooked, so
Nope.
Mari is going to save it.
Okay. So are you waiting for it to be hooked to cast? Is that the trigger?
Yeah.
And now, how high and where are you floating? Is this accurate?
I am basically at the surface of the water looking in.
Okay, so kind of like 5 or 7 feet above the surface of the water, basically, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Cool. God, you're really tempting me, aren't you?
For it to jump out.
Jump out and just numb, and just Mari's gone. Make a new character,
Mari's
Saturn.
the bait. Mari's the bait. The fly fishing.
God. All right. So,
How close is it to me? That's actually a bigger consideration.
This distance plus 10. Plus however high up you are.
Okay.
So about 65 feet
It
away
is
from
at
you.
65 feet away from me.
Yeah. Yes.
Is there any way for me to discern how fast it can move?
It hasn't hauled ass yet.
That's a big boy.
It is a big boy.
Yeah, she's gonna move back a little bit.
Okay.
She's still gonna keep it on her, but now she's got a good 75 feet.
Yep. Ish. It occupies a lot of space. All right. So let's see. What's next? I guess Siegfried. Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't speak. Siegfried, I just moved you a little closer to it. You're still tailing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're still keeping a watch on it from below. Jormungandr, you hear in your head. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There is a hunger, a deep hunger, a competitive hunger.
I do have to say, I wouldn't be terribly upset if we end up killing this thing, because Zen is, like, the armor plating on that thing looks pretty nice.
Yeah,
did we say
you
we're
haven't
gonna-
gotten a close look at it yet. It's still under the water, but it is slightly reflective almost in and well, it would be reflective if it wasn't so absolutely pitch black.
Mm.
The
So
surface appears shiny, but it is, absorbing most of the light. Sorry?
Did we tell the paladin we'd bring it back alive, or that we just catch it?
We're trying to catch it.
The implication is that you're trying to catch it. Whatever that means is whatever it means.
We were saying that we might see if we can toss it in the tank, like with old
You
Snappy.
realize that this might not be possible.
That's a big boy.
It's a big boy. Old Snappy was, I think, 15 feet long?
No, you said it was like 20.
I have in my notes 15. Yeah, sorry. Old Snappy's 15 feet long. This thing's 40 feet long and covered in heavy bone.
So catching this guy will be even bigger.
There you go. That's a good way to think about it. Alrighty.
So.
Sorry. Let's do one more round of fisherman's rolls.
All right, so I got an 18 and a 13, and now I'm gonna get
a 13.
A 13.
Okay,
I'm
13.
consistent.
I'm gonna say with the proximity and with the higher roll, you see Huge suddenly lurch forward for a moment, and Mari, this thing snags onto the line, not on the hook of the adamantine rod, and it starts to bolt. And it is going to attempt to go 100 feet this
Oh, Bomba.
direction.
Oh no.
I'm gonna need Huge to make a contested strength check against it. And then I'm gonna need the ship to make a strength test. So let's go ahead and roll some dice. So it's gonna be Huge, ship, fish.
Huge.
Well,
This
Huge,
is the thing you're good at.
here's the thing. Huge has a high... Oh, wait, no, he might not. It's also proficient in athletics. Oh my fuck, wait a minute. Are they tied?
Oh wait, they both got
Wait,
4.
are they tied? One sec. So it's got a plus 10 to athletics. So the fish got a, the big one got a 14.
Huge.
Okay. Huge. I think he has a... One sec.
Depends on his
We said he
proficiency.
was proficient in
Anything strength.
in athletics specifically. He has a 22. It's the same as the fucking fish,
No.
I think. Or no.
All right.
Yeah, it's the same
Then
as the
would
fish.
that
Holy
mean-
shit. Oh no,
then
it's
would that
slightly
mean
more.
that-
It's slightly more. He has a plus 6. What did we say his proficiency was though? Plus 3. So it's slightly lower. What's 3 plus 6? 9.
Yeah.
Okay, it's 13. He's just below. The ship,
All
meanwhile.
right. So then, does that?
Oh
mean
wait,
that maybe
wait,
the
wait,
frostbite
wait.
could
The
help
rod.
interfere
You
enough?
said that the rod had a bonus thing, didn't it?
To reeling in.
To reeling in.
I will
damn.
say
And also,
it is
my
able to-
frostbite.
yes. As soon as you see the line get hit, you'll do your frostbite. That would activate when you see it happen. Yes. So go ahead and do that.
Yep.
Also, everybody roll initiative.
24.
Nice. That hits. Roll damage.
All right. That's not the important thing, but
Hey, damage.
literally
damage.
1 damage.
Okay.
Literally. Oh wait, no. I need to roll another one because it's 2d8, not 1d8.
All right.
Okay, 6.
So
6 cold damage minus 10 movement speed, and
Yes.
I think that might be enough to interfere.
very
with
good,
the
very
checks.
good. I'm getting out the notes app so that we can... Actually, you know what? I wonder.
You're gonna try it?
One sec. Does this work? Oh, it does work. All right, good. And then I can modify, I assume, them in a minute. Okay, so I'm gonna have Huge and Charlotte go at the same time.
They're one.
The crew.
Sure. Just in a low.
And then Mari. So, are you all able to see the initiative thing?
Yeah. Can you guys hear that in the background?
Cool. Now, can I? All right. Huh? What? No.
Okay.
So Siegfried, you rolled initiative, right?
I rolled an 11.
You got an 11. All right. Siegfried got an 11. Zen, what did you get? 22.
22. Mari still needs to roll.
Mari, you got
21.
a roll. 21. 21.
21.
Why does it not just physically? Whatever. Anyways, Huge and Charlotte, I'll just say they have a +2. So 17. The crew, they'll have a +1, so 12. And the big one, 13 plus 1, so 14.
I'm just going last.
All right. No, the crew goes last, but whatever. Or no, you go last with an 11. All right. Nope, it didn't work. Why is it not working? Come on, you fuck. All right, there we go. Sorry, pardon my French.
Oh,
All
jeez.
right, we've got our turn order. We've got everybody. doing their things. All right, it has begun. So, top of the turn
combat.
order. You just saw Huge from across the way get jerked forward and then slam the rod, like jerk the rod and like lock the reel at 50 feet about. And he almost gets pulled over, but he's able to pull it back and right himself. Charlotte jumps down from his shoulder. In the meanwhile, we'll just say. All right, Zen, you're up first. The thing is 10 feet below the water. You can see this massive
I'm looking at it.
dark shape. Yes.
So I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, I'm not losing you. No way. And I use a hunter's mark.
It is hunter's marked.
And I'm gonna let me just double check distance.
Why are the icons all fucked up? Ugh.
So it's 60 feet. So that's the edge of my range with the rod, if I'm correct. Yeah. So if I attack right now, I have disadvantage to attack.
Sorry. Yes, you're correct.
So
the dots are being weird, so just I'll write it in the chat.
let me just.
I'll put
see
it.
if there's anything.
Oh, never mind. I can't do it in the initiative because I'm not using my notes app. No.
So here's a question: is this just a big fish this time, or is an actual thing
It's a
from
beast.
the? It's a beast. It's just a big fish. I'll find it. I'll find it a day.
It's a corrupted beast.
And yeah, I guess I'll just would I be able to do just as an action cast towards it rather than to attack it, or
Isn't Hunter's
would
Mark
I?
as a spell?
It's a spell. It's a bonus action spell.
Yeah, and then.
What I'm saying is like no, not cast the spell, cast the
Oh,
rod.
haha! All right, are
Cast
you
the
doing
line.
it as an attack?
I don't want. I don't. Would I have? No, I have advantage on.
It feels appropriate.
While it is active, has advantage on strength and so saves. You know what? Screw it. I'll do the attack.
Okay.
It's my first turn with the thing. Let's be a little adventurous with it.
Okay.
What do I have to hit? I have that much. Wow, that's a lot to hit because it's a
all
plus.
right. I hate to say it, but it being also 10 feet down, technically, I think it would be slightly out of your range. But we're gonna say maybe because you're fishing. It's whatever. Go for it. You feel the line extend just that little extra bit in order to catch your quarry, because this is the creature that you have sworn to catch.
Okay. I got a dirty 20 to
20
hit.
hits, just barely.
I have to roll damage.
Yes, roll damage, and then choose if you're going to use the pull effect. I will say, you did see Huge lock his rod at about 50 feet.
What does that mean?
It means he cannot let out any more line. Unless he chooses to.
Okay. I'm going to. I'll try the pull effect, but I'm going to roll for damage. So that's 18 damage.
Big hits. 18 damage. It is magical, so it seems to strike true.
Oh no, it did add that. Okay, yeah. So I'll try the pull effect. It's a contested strength.
Yeah, strength. It's
Contested
basically
athletics.
it's basically a grapple check. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a D20.
There was it a save? Sorry. What did I write?
For the rod, it's a.
Yeah. It's
I have
basically a grapple
advantage
check. Okay.
on saves.
It's not a. It's a contested check.
Okay, so I don't have advantage then.
Yeah.
Based on how it's written, so I just have a base roll for it.
Yeah. Like things like getting pulled off the ship, the ship getting rocked. Like, things like that are instances that you would benefit from, like, that sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, that makes sense. So I got a 15.
15, and it got more than that. So it is not pulled, although you sense some acknowledgement of some sort as the thing recoils and thrashes slightly at the hit. The hit didn't really... It may have cracked something, but not to the extent that it pierced anything. It more so appears to have acknowledged the fact that something just struck it.
Okay, and I'll have a Numa. Uh, it doesn't have eyes. I'll have Numa try to take. I'll have Numa fly like. Oops, wrong thing. Where is this? And it's 50 feet. So actually, I should check how far that is. Oh, Numa could dash. So I'll have Numa like fly like right here, 70 feet. So because I'm guessing this thing's gonna be moving, so that it could be like above it,
Okay.
for the following turn, or at least be able to reach it the following turn.
You can move him over there. All right, sounds
And,
good.
Yeah.
Okay, is that the end of your turn?
100%.
Got it. Mare, you are next. You had struck it with the ice, which appeared to not do as much as you thought it would, but the slowing effect still occurred.
Yep. All right. They're going to... Mari will fly straight up 30 feet in the air and cast Enthrall on it.
Well, that's interesting. So you're
And
going to
that
be
means-
40 feet above it or 30 feet above it?
That will be... Well, with my already having like 7 feet of elevation on it, that's going to be like 15 feet above it, and it's only got 10 feet of water to move in to try to jump at me. It needs to. I'll just look at the spell real quick.
Okay. So you're
4,
casting
5, 8.
Enthrall.
Yeah.
Is this a spell or a class feature?
This is a spell.
Okay.
Okay. No, that doesn't do what I thought it was going to do.
You
It
can
has...
change as
It has
needed.
disadvantage on wisdom. It has disadvantage on wisdom checks made to perceive any creature other than you. So I
Okay,
was
but is there a save?
planning on.
Is there a save?
Yeah, there is a save. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to just aggro it and get it to just jump out of the water at me constantly.
Does a
but
16 pass?
That would not do it.
That's compelled
No.
duel.
Yeah, I thought the Enthrall worked like compelled duel, and that was a mistake.
Well, if it
Yeah,
can't...
no, I'm just...
I mean, are you still going to do it?
No.
Oh, well then never mind. Okay.
Yep. I mean, she's still going to be like 40 feet above the water, because now they're in range. Yeah, no, they're going to use 2 power shots from their bow, and they are in dim light. So let's see. All right.
Nice.
2 17s. Do either of those hit?
Nope.
Oof.
Gosh darn it.
Wait, you only have a +3 to hit?
well,
I
that
was
doesn't
using
make
power
sense.
shot. I was using power shot.
Oh, you
Minus
get
5
the
to...
-5?
-5 to hit, plus 10 to damage.
Yeah, gotcha,
Oh.
gotcha. So yeah, those shots, you fire them off and they hit true. But you notice the bolts simply shatter against the obsidian hide, or this like dark carapace bone of the creature's front half, as it simply slams its head to the side and the other side as the arrows strike down and they simply shatter against its hide.
No, this fucker's got some hard ass shit on.
Yeah, he seems pretty tough.
That was just her making a snide comment, but yeah.
Sorry. Maria, is there any additional stuff you want to do besides, you said you're 40 feet up?
40 feet above it.
Okay, got it. So 30 feet above the water, 40 feet above it. All right.
Oh, wait, no. 35 feet above the water. So
Okay,
45
35 feet up. Above water. All right. That is the end for you, right?
Yep.
Oh no.
Okay. Huge is going to attempt to reel it in a little bit. He's going to attempt to tire it out. And Charmin is going to give him tips. Like, let it go a little, and then tug it, pull it, oh, this is exciting. And Huge is just like, this is a huge competition I'm in right now, eh? Sorry? So Huge is just gonna make an athletics check to, I guess versus the creature. Oh. To attempt to reel it in, and he does not succeed. The creature does not move because it is not the creature's turn, but Huge is unable to tire it out at all. As he appears to be, he actually has to move down the ship a little bit. He pushes one of the cannons out of the way as the... Oh no, the cannons are actually below deck. Never mind. Yeah. So he actually pushes one of the crew aside and is just like, move please, as he is pulled slightly towards the creature on the ship as he readjusts. All right, so that's their turn. Next up is the big one. All right, so the big one. So what's happened to the big one so far? Magic has been cast at it. It has been hit with the anchor rod. And Huge has failed to reel it in twice. The big one is going to, you guys see Huge, suddenly, like lean forward and then adjust himself as if he suddenly had a bit of slackness. And then you see the entire ship tilt sideways as, it rams into the ship. And it is going to... What are the modifiers to that? Plus 10 to hit. And he is, in fact, a siege monster, believe it or not. Alright, so... Plus 10 to hit. Fortunately, what did we say the AC of the ships was? I think we've talked about this, right? One sec. Alright, so we say the hull of a ship has an AC of 15. Alright. Alright, so we'll say the armor class of the ship. I'm just going to write that in the chat. Can you guys still hear me, by the way?
Oh wait, have you not been able to hear me this whole time?
No, I have not been able to hear you until just now.
Oh well. What I had said was not really sure about the armor class because pretty much the ships have only been damaged by like things where it had to make a save, but it can't make a save because it's
It's a ship.
Like
yeah.
like the lightning beams from the Nautiluses
true.
or the bombs from the shrimp. God, I hate
Okay,
fish.
so it didn't quite so it did a glancing blow at the ship essentially. And that was what 10 feet of its movement. It's going to go ahead and then attempt to move further out again as well. It kind of moves back into the center of the area. Huge is forced to move further closer to the creature because he failed his check earlier. All right. That is the big one. Next up is going to be the crew. Ready to fire! The ballista, the two folks on the ballista are telling you Zen. They look to you and they're like, "Shall we fire?"
Do you have a shot?
I'd say so.
All right. Let them loose.
All right.
And I shout towards Dawnstar. It looks like the thing is going the other direction, so get the ship ready to make a harsh turn.
Alrighty. Ballista 5e plus 6 to hit. Ready to make a hard turn. All right. So he can move the ship on this turn as well. Do you want him to move the ship anywhere in particular? Sorry? Do you want him to move the ship? Champ.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. My.
Alright, that is a
I was-
miss. The ballista bolt fires off into the sea, and just misses the creature by a small margin and goes beneath the waves. The rope is cut for fear of the creature yanking at it or yanking the ballista itself off, and the second bolt is getting ready to be loaded on.
All right. And what? Yeah. So have him start turning around to face the same direction as the fish.
Okay.
I know it can't be done
It's
immediately.
gonna be
like
a bit of a
this turn.
wide turn. Okay,
Yeah.
so do you want to go around towards the other ship or the opposite direction?
I guess towards the other ship because that's, or I could just move. I'm hooked onto this thing.
Huh?
So I'm hooked onto it, right?
The ship?
No, to the fish.
How would you be hooked onto it?
With the fish, was I not hooked onto it but with the fishing pole?
No. It doesn't it doesn't stay the effect in combat. You're so that's why I specified whether you were doing it as like fishing or in combat, because the combat effect it doesn't like stay hooked.
It doesn't stick. Okay.
Yeah.
My
Imagine
misunderstanding.
like
Then-
how it was here, I'm gonna say towards the other ship. We'll go this far. And we'll make it work.
Okay.
Sure. I'm gonna give you a lot of leeway here. Like, this is not. Yeah, it's whatever. Nope, I can't rotate it because the rotate thing is too high for some reason. Okay, for Pete's sake. Okay, back in business. All right, cool beans. Moving on. That was the crew. The crew over here just preps whatever they got to do. They're preparing as needed. One of them heads down and just is ready to fire a cannon if need be. Although it would be difficult to aim at something underwater with it. Next up in the turn order is Siegfried. Siegfried, you are up. You are 30.
Right.
You are, let's say, 40 feet below the surface of the water right now. And therefore about 40 feet away from this guy over here. I think that's how math works. Sorry?
So in this circumstance, is the salamander getting a separate turn, or are we just going on the same turn?
We're gonna use the riding rules.
All right. Okay.
So
That's
a
fine.
creature that is being ridden can only use the dodge. I think help. I'm 1 sec.
The way I think about it is when something's being ridden, it can do actions like for you. So like if you're gonna have what you're riding attack, it would use your action to attack, but you share the turn. It's essentially you substitute your own actions and movement for the creatures. That's how I've always done it.
I just want to know if it's using my movement or its movement, like what the range.
You use its 1 sec. That I literally have that written right here. Okay. You can horse dismounting, controlling a mount. You can either control the mount or allow it to act independently. Intelligent creatures act independently. You can control a mount only if it has been trained to accept a rider. Salamander. You know what? You know what? Given the salamander's nature, Siegfried, unless you specifically...
Oh wait, it's my turn next.
Here we go. That's what I wanted. Dash, disengage, and dodge. Okay. All right. It can dash, disengage, or dodge. But you have its movement. That's the deal. If you want to separate it, you can dismount and separate it. That is the deal.
All right, that's fine. I'm gonna go up to the fish.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna jump on.
Okay, so you're hopping off of Jormungandr and you're gonna hop on the fish. All right. Simple enough. So Jormungandr is in initiative. We'll put him at 11 as well. He will act next turn because his turn was getting up to the guy. We'll say this turn. Okay, Siegfried, you are on the fish. I guess roll a athletics check to get a good grip on this fishy boy. Yeah, I'll say that's enough. He's big. He's got a lot of spikes for you to grab onto. So you grab onto some of the spikes on the side of its face, or like the rear, like on the far back, on the front half. So you're holding a hard, bony spike, near the middle front half of the fish.
All right.
I'll say. Yeah, if you want to do an action, feel free.
Sorry, could you just like bring me some of the seasonings?
I'm sorry.
That's good.
Can you like bring me a couple of the seasonings,
Champ.
please? Yes.
Sorry, we can hear you. Just giving you a heads up.
Wait, I thought I muted it.
Nope.
Crap. Sorry.
Anyways, Siegfried, was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, that's good.
That's good for now. All right. Next up in the turn order, we are back at the top. Zen, you are up.
So I thought of something. So can I? So if I used an action to actually try to like fish hook it, would that be like to actually try to hook it? Would I be able to, get off the ship and like reel myself onto it? Or would I need
That
to use my
sounds lit.
wings first? Huh?
Yes. Fuck yes.
Okay.
It's gonna be. You're aiming at a specific spot. I'm gonna say it's still gonna be a ranged attack roll, but yeah, you know what? It only makes I'm just gonna play this by ear here. So it makes the most sense for this to be a ranged attack roll. So go ahead, roll to hit.
Alright.
You are aiming to get this hook in a place where you can hook onto it specifically.
Okay.
We will
Oh.
go into the that misses. We will go into the details specifically of the pulling and the when you can pull and when you can't thing. You're fishing right now, so yeah, but like it's perhaps the rod is giving you a bit more leeway as you are fishing in the sea with it and engaging battle with a big old fish. Let's use that plot point as a explanation for why I didn't really iron out the specifics of its abilities, or the limits at least.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big oof for me.
Rip.
I didn't hit, obviously.
I'll count that as an attack roll if you have second attack.
I only have second attack if I'm using one of my spirit blades.
Ripperoonie, my dude.
Yeah. So otherwise I don't.
Any bonus actions you want to do, or is that it?
No, that's it.
Okay.
I'm going to have Numa attack though.
Ah, yes, Numa dives down into the water and begins to do their thing.
So let me just make sure I don't give it the wrong mods. Crap, I think I just messed everything up. So I think it's a +8 to hit. Yes, +8 to hit. So Numa's gonna attack twice. So
Roll that shit, my dude.
does a 19 and a 20 hit? Do
Uh,
both hit?
a 19 and a 20 hit. The 19 just barely.
Okay. So I'll roll for damage. So I'll just do it all at once. You
Sounds good.
do 2d8.
By the way, is the Spirit Blade considered you for the purposes of Hunter's Mark?
No,
Okay.
it is not.
Got
That'd
it.
be too that'd be nice, but no. That's so that's 8, that's +8, and then I'll do the enchantment damage
Big
next.
maths.
So that's 22 for starting. And that's
Okay.
22
It is the weapon's considered magical while it's in spirited, right?
well, it was already magical to begin with.
Oh wait, this is Heart
This
Piercer?
is Heart Seeker.
Heart Seeker, my bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
And then
Yeah.
I'm doing the ethereal damage. And so 33 damage. Unless
Okay.
it's unless it is like resistant or something to like force
it's
or
magical
whatever.
damage, so no, it's all magic shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. That was a very good hit on the creature's carapace. The blade actually is able to get a spike off, and actually you see a little bit of blood. Siegfried, you'd be able to notice a little bit of sort of this darkish blood sort of come from below the plate where it just received a nick. All right, Zen, is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that's other than I'll have like Halo like be like right above it. Or like
Oh wait,
actually I'll do like
you have
here.
your two floating swords?
Oh, sorry, Numa. Sorry, Numa. Numa's the flying sword, yeah.
Okay, sorry, you said Halo, so that's why I got confused.
Yeah. Yeah, no, understandable. Yeah, so Numa's gonna like
Got it. So did they attack and then back up?
They did it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wait. Attack opportunity.
So
Yeah. No. Just stay above.
cool. Just yeah. At the end of their turn, it's gonna use a legendary action, which I forgot about during the first round. Fucking herp derp. Okay. And it is going to make a bite attack against a creature within range.
That's like 4 creatures.
Yeah, I know. Okay, sorry. Where is... Who do I want to hit? Whoever's closest to its face. Is going to make a bite attack against...
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, granted, he's like glued to his side. That's kind of hard to bite at.
Question. Are the swords...
You would have to throw him off first.
Of course, of course. Are the swords considered creatures?
Or
are they magical objects?
They no, actually there is a thing for this. I do have a thing for this. They are
This matters a lot.
It is a I have this written down. Where? It's like a Fey version, or actually, well,
is it
it's
a magical construct?
What? Yes. But it's a construct, magical construct.
Are constructs objects? I don't think so.
No,
No, I don't think so. Right? Nah. All right, we'll just do the regular damage.
They have a soul.
Yeah. Well, if a statue has a soul, I argue it's still an object, but it's neither here nor there. We're gonna not worry about it. Anyways. And not to mention it's a magical object, so fuck it. Oh, this is not a bite attack, it is a ram attack, I'm sorry. Which is a little different and a little stronger. Okay. So, I need to roll to hit. What did I get to hit? 26, so that does hit. The sword has to make a strength saving throw. As this, its head, you see these dark plates just shift as it shakes back and forth, and then whips its entire massive head, like, just, like baseball, like a bat hitting a baseball, punts, what's the name of this sword? What's the name of this sword again?
That one, Numa?
Numa.
It just fucking
Numa.
slams into Numa. Alright. I keep running back and forth between my Excel sheet. I'm really sorry. Okay. Yeah. And then what's the modifier? Okay. So it takes 39 points of bludgeoning damage, as this entire thing's massive head baseball bat swings into it, and Numa is knocked back 15 feet.
39 damage. 1 sec.
Yes.
Let me just. Okay. Woo.
How's Numa looking?
Numa
bent
is
out of
not
shape?
looking happy. Huh?
A little bent out of shape? It's a good thing they're not an object.
If it wasn't a metal sword, I mean, if it wasn't a magic sword, it would be very bent.
If it was not a magic sword, it would have been torn asunder. Alright. Next up, that was an interruption on the end of Zen's turn. So, Mari, it is your turn.
Mm-hmm. Mari is going to continue to fly upwards and take 2 more shots. This time only 1 doing power shot. That's gonna miss.
Okay.
And that's also gonna miss because of a bad roll.
A rip. Yep, that's a miss and a miss. This is 2 arrows again?
Yep.
And also, just type how high you are above it in the chat, please. Alright, so yes, 2 misses. The first one sinks into the sea beside it. You aim for where it was just as it was swinging its head quickly to knock away the sword. And then the second one, again, hits the carapace, and the bolt shatters against it. And you are specifically 67 feet above it. Understood. I will say at this point that the, it will have moved much closer to the surface. It's only 5 feet below the surface, but you can see its fin and some of the spikes from its head. It's basically at surface level at this point.
Glorious.
As part of that attack.
Oh wait, no, that
What
was
are you
there,
doing?
wasn't it? You said it moved back 15 feet,
Yeah,
and I didn't notice
and I
that you
put it
did
back.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was trying
Actually,
to
it would be
helpful.
there. Anyways. Sorry. So, Miss, anything else?
You have a bonus action?
Huh?
Do you have a bonus action?
Let me go check.
I will say, Mari, as the sun is beginning to descend, next round you will have access to
The dim
your
light buff.
special ability.
Oh yeah. No, I do not. I do not have any.
Well,
bonus
huge. Let's
spells.
hope you have some huge
Also, it's already
accomplishment here.
activated. Underwater is already dim light.
There you go. Perfect. Well, yeah, when he was
been active the entire time.
perfect. When he was
Since
10
they're
feet down,
underwater.
yeah. Perfect. Sounds good. I agree. Huge and Charmant.
Big plays, huge. Big plays.
Huge is going to attempt to draw its attention, and he's going to make another competing athletics check against it. I am hugely frustrated with this thing's power, but also hugely impressed. Uh-oh.
Huge.
Oh,
What's going on,
oh, fuck.
Huge.
As its head whips to the side, knocking away Numa, Huge is, torn off of the ship and is now in the water. As he splashes down, still holding the rod, but he now switches the rod and puts it in his teeth, as he is now treading water. And he just kind of looks around and he sort of, attempts to grab onto the side of the ship. Yeah. So, that's the end of Huge's turn. Sharma is gonna run over, and toss a, rope ladder over the deck. Not super useful for Huge, but, it could work.
Can I shout, huge. Grapple the fish.
Huge looks over at you. He shouts, but it's such a nice rod.
No, use the rod. Pull it in with the rod while you pull yourself closer. Imagine yourself standing on the fish with the line connected to its mouth on top of the fish. How cool does that sound? I tried to do that. I failed.
I see it. All right, and he's gonna do that on his next turn. At the end of their turn, sorry.
One thing. Well, when a transition.
You had a bonus action that you wanted to preempt, retroactively
No,
say?
Mari's just gonna communicate something.
Sure, go ahead.
Get clear of the fish.
You say as the
I'm
salamander
gonna pull
is
something stupid.
Excellent. The salamander is rapidly approaching its tail and is opening its mouth, and Siegfried is currently grappled onto the side of it. The sword is about 15 feet away from its snout.
Yep, then it's a good thing that Siegfried is in the air, is able to get away.
Okay, yeah. So at the end of Huge and Charmant's turn, it is going to use another legendary action. Actually, it's going to use 2 legendary actions. You see it, sort of close its mouth, and you see these little tiny specks of light, little tiny specks of yellow light illuminate, flash in its eye sockets for just a moment. And Siegfried, you feel the spike that you are currently gripping onto, like, engorged slightly. Like, even though it's bone, it appears to be like you feel bone emerging out from the front and the face of this creature and sort of filling in the cracks in its armor, and it heals a little bit. Just a little bit.
This thing is totally from the
Huh?
This thing is totally from the, what is it called?
The trench?
The trench.
Anywho. So that is its legendary action. Next up is the big one. Alright, the big one is going to go ahead and attempt to kill the angler. So the angler is huge. It is going to go up to huge. Siegfried, are you being dragged along with it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are still in its space. And it is going to multi-attack huge.
No.
It's just 2 bites.
It did 39 damage in one ram.
That was its entire face. This is just the sharp parts of its face. That's a 13 and a 22. Now, Huge's AC is not very high. Control F, Huge. Huge's AC is 13.
Armor.
Huge's AC is 13. Let me just add that to the notes app. One sec.
This isn't going well for us, guys. We're rolling
Nah, you're
so
fine.
bad.
It's fine. You're fine. So one. Oh wait, matching does hit AC, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So
matching
it hits
does hit.
twice. Oh, huge, buddy. All right. The bites deal. Okay, so this is going to be. Oh. Did I roll D12s, champ, or did I roll D10? No, I rolled D10s. Good, good, good.
Wow, that spell's way better than I thought it would be.
Okay. Huge takes 63 points of damage as the creature's jaws clamp down on him, and you see a gout of blood shoot from the arm that Huge is using to try and prevent the thing's jaws, and these, like, massive, powerful beaks composed of this same obsidian, pitch black, sharp, jagged, bone, from clamping down and simply slicing him in half. And then it opens its jaw and does so again, drawing even more blood, and you hear a howl of pain from Huge.
It rolled so well for those damage rolls. Holy donut.
His huge blood spills into the huge ocean. May choose to attempt to grapple the target, and he is going to do so. So a grapple. Gee, let's see if Huge can succeed an athletics check for once.
I feel like Huge should have double proficiency at this point. God damn it.
Okay, Huge actually does succeed. And I'll say the first one, he wasn't trying to nab him. The second, I'll give Huge a little bit of mercy, and I'll only make 1 check, even though he could make 2. All right. So Huge. One sec. Let me edit his HP value here. Calculate a wrap. Oh God, it's been such a long time since we had a nice big battle against a big scary boss.
Say a long time. We fought the terror.
Oh, that's true. Kinda. You kinda fought it. Not really.
What do you mean?
Sorry?
The salamander ate it after we killed it.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I do remember that. Yes. That was a nightmare. Anywho, so Huge is bloodied. Alright. Next up in the turn order. That was the big one, right?
Yeah.
Let me just double check if I have anything else fun to do. I don't think so.
Fire the goddamn cannons.
Okay. Nope. So yeah, we're gonna say. Yeah. Sorry. Crew. It's the crew's turn. Uh, hmm. I mean, he's kind of close to the ship. It's not really.
Isn't there a cannon over here?
Huh? It only has the two. The two
Oh, I thought I had
cannons.
my mistake.
No,
I
4
thought there was
ballistas, 2
4.
cannons. However, the ballistas can fire. Um, However, they only have 2 people. It's load, aim, and then they're gonna fire and load on the next turn. Oh wait, no, no. They. Okay, you can do. One sec, math. So they fired, right? Because it was ready. Then they loaded because there's another person. Now they aim, and now they fire. So yes, they can just do it again. So they can fire again. Next turn they won't be able to fire, but this turn they fire the second tether shot. Okay. +6 to hit. 17 misses. Well, doesn't miss necessarily. The bolt hits true and goes taut for a second, and the crew members are cheering like, "Yeah, we got him!" And then the creature thrashes around with huge in its jaws, and the spear dislodges itself from the space between the 2 armored plates that it seemed to not quite sink into, and the bolt slowly begins to sink to the sea, and they cut it loose to avoid any issues. That ballista no longer has any more tether shots, unless they set one up again, which I will say adds another step to the cycle. So yeah, I'm gonna say that's. Oh, and this guy fires a crossbow at it. Yeah. Oh, he fucking hits. Good for him. He deals 2 damage. Three damage. He deals 3 damage. Ah, take that! Aha! I'm helping. Alright. That is the crew's turn. I believe he has used his legendary actions for the turn, so he can't use any more. Siegfried, you are up.
Right.
So you heard the shouting of Huge, you see the blood filling the water. You felt the spikes strengthen and, sort of, grow out slightly.
Right. Has it been a long rest since we exited that cave?
Yes, it was. This is the next day.
Okay.
Speaking of which, Champ, any crown stuff? Don't forget to reload the crown because it was a day.
I got 2
Charges.
charges.
All right, cool. Siegfried, what's up?
I'm gonna, as my action, I'm gonna activate Scourge. Then.
All right, and you're kind of in the center of the creature, so you're kind of avoiding being within proximity of your fellows, I assume, correct?
Yeah.
It's 10 feet or 15?
10.
10 feet. All right. I put you over here originally. You're over here-ish. You're in like the middle of the creature.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's geometrically the closest place. So we'll say you don't get Huge with this just because I'm, being cool. Also it wouldn't. Yeah, no, you're good. You're good. Okay.
Then
Scourge is
with my
active.
bonus action, I'm gonna activate my rage.
Rage is active. You get mad. This motherfucker is hurting Huge. She's the only motherfucker who is as swole as you.
Alright. And my movement, am I able to like crawl onto its back?
Sure, you move to towards its back. You're now above the water.
Alright.
Holding on
I'm
to
coming.
the spikes.
I'm coming.
It's my turn.
I know, but I'm letting you know.
Are you guys trying to ride the fish?
Yes, and stab it from the top of it.
Cool. Siegfried, what's next? Does it just take damage at the end of your turn, or?
Uh, yes, it takes 4 damage.
Okay, and that's radiant, I assume?
Yes.
Alright, it takes 4 radiant damage. You see, the black sort of bone isn't really affected, but you do see that the flesh seems to, be upraised by the assault of the radiant, energy. It deals as much damage as you'd expect, just not to the bone.
It's bad to the bone.
Its bones are bad. Alright, Siegfried, guess what? You have a companion here. Who is gonna immediately swim up and begin nibbling at this thing's tail aggressively. Alright.
Is it even called nibbling at this point?
It's taking out chunks, yeah. He is able to make 2 attacks, one with his bite and one with his tail. Unlike the T-Rex, he can do it against both. Oh, interesting.
So,
interesting! Wait a minute.
Grapple effect?
Oh, sorry.
Does salamander get the grapple effect the crocodile has, or no?
It's the exact same stat block for ease of use. However, it is not optional, the grapple. So we're gonna see how that goes.
You can do it, Yorman.
So first, if he hits with that, then he'll just deal that. Woo!
Whoa!
Crit,
My
crit
boy.
bite. Okay.
He's pulling more weight than all of us
so-
combined.
I mean,
You can grapple a
I think he
creature
does
up
way
to
more than
one
all of us
size
combined.
larger than you, correct?
Yeah,
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, he's
Um,
huge.
And this creature is
I'm pretty sure there's only one size larger than huge, isn't there?
also, yeah, that's the thing. This creature is also huge. So for all intents and purposes, it has its tail in its mouth and is chewing.
Stop him from moving.
That
You
is
can do it, big
his
boy.
movement speed is currently 0.
Yeah.
Wait, what did I give him to hit? Well, it doesn't matter. But he has a +8 to hit for future reference. So 3d10 plus 5 becomes 6d10 plus 5. Damn, he deals as much damage as this guy does with a crit. 6d10 plus 5. Alright, that's 37 points of non-magical damage to this guy.
And he still gets to hit it with his tail.
He doesn't because it's grappled. As
Oh, that's
per
the thing. I haven't
yeah,
looked at
as
the.
per the yeah, don't worry about it. That's why I was like, oh, it's not like the T-Rex, and then I read it and I'm just like, oh no, it's exactly like the T-Rex. It just doesn't specify. Sorry, 37 halved, 36 would be 18, right? So 19?
We round up.
So 19 points of piercing. Doesn't matter. 19 points of damage to the big guy. Alright. Dealing some good damage there. And it is also grappled, so let me write that in. He is grappled. So his movement
I'm
speed
gonna
is currently
feed Jormungandr
0.
a bunch of fish later.
And he is gonna have to take an action to remove himself from that grapple. Okay. Excuse me. Which turn is this? A new turn?
Yeah, it's a new turn.
Because that was just Jormungandr, right?
Yeah, Jormungandr.
Well, no,
goes after
because he
Sig.
doesn't have a legendary action. Okay, it's Zen's turn. Now he has legendary actions.
Yeah. So I'm going to jump off.
Oh. Oh yeah, because you can
And
swim.
so I'm gonna jump off,
Excuse me.
and then I'm going to cast and try to do the same thing I tried to do last time. Hook it, and then pull myself onto it so I could be on it like its back while the hook is stuck in it.
Sure, roll to hit.
All right. because I think that'd be cool and effective. Oh my god!
It doesn't want this, so it is attempting to avoid it, and it is able to do so. The hook. Here, you know what? We'll say if you hit, you can roll the damage. And I'll just say you can pull yourself the distance closer. And I'll say fuck it, we could just double it for the purposes of or no, because it's bonus free movement, let's just stick with the forced 15.
All right, I'm
Just
gonna
because the creature's
move
bigger.
40 feet.
I was gonna say you got out of the ship, right? So that's
I like.
10
Oh wait,
feet
I
there.
went too far. I
And
went
then
too
you
far,
have
right?
another, so that's a third of your movement, so you have another, like, what, 15, I think? Yeah, you have another 15 feet of movement from wherever you are.
15. I can move 40 feet in the water.
You can move 30 feet on land, though.
Yeah, so I jumped off. I didn't.
Whatever, 20.
All right, fuck it. I'll move here. I already used my action.
Or, no, it would be 25, wouldn't it? Whatever. Move an extra square. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
And I'm gonna have Numa go like behind it and like stab it, and then
Alright.
go closer to me after. So like hit and run. Wait, so would this be an attack? Would this be
Yes.
would it get an attack of
Yes. The answer
opportunity
is yes.
if it would?
Yeah.
Stupid big fish with big range. Still, yeah, I'll do that.
As a reminder, the bony spikes and plates cover the, like, entire front half of this, 40-foot creature. You get the sneaking suspicion it may be able to strike at things around it. 16 does not pierce the,
That's not. No, I didn't
carapace.
roll yet.
Never mind. That was okay. Go ahead and roll.
So that's
A miss and a hit.
there's a 21. Yeah.
Yes, one hit.
All right. So that's plus 5. Let me make sure that's right. Is it 5 or 4? I actually think it's 4 damage because it's a +1 weapon and yeah. Oh wait. Sorry, I'm getting a little flustered.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
It's 6 damage. Yeah, it's 6 damage. And then so it's 1d8 6. So that's 9 plus it's 19.
19 points of damage to it.
And yeah, and
Alright, doing some good damage. You're getting there. You've drawn blood. Little trickles, nothing notable, but
if it's
the
possible,
the
I
creature
want
is getting nicked and scraped.
if it's possible, I want Numa to be outside of the 10-foot radius of Siegfried.
I see.
So
It's
it's just kind of hard
yeah.
to portray that on the image.
As far as the reach, so to be out, all right, put it closer. So the creature is long. You can put her here.
All right.
So you're like attacking the tail, essentially.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Is that the end of that?
That's all I got.
Alrighty. At the end of its turn, it is going to use a legendary action to... I have to make sure... Is it able to... It is not. Okay, so it is going to go ahead and use Huge and slam him into the ship. It is going to make a ram attack against the ship again.
So is it letting Huge go or
No. It has Huge. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Oh, it doesn't have Huge grappled. I'm sorry. It doesn't have huge grappled. It makes a ram attack against huge. It slams its gigantic skull down, attempting to crush huge into the water against the edge of against the ship. That does hit, and the ram is no, he's still up. He's still up. He's real bloody, but he's still up. Huge is beaten and battered. You see massive bruises and cuts and stab wounds from the sharp carapace and the beaks. He's got his arm wrapped around the rope ladder so that he doesn't sink into the sea if he falls unconscious. But he is looking super rough right now.
Not
Mari, it
huge.
is your turn.
All right. First of all, Mari yells, "I fucking warned you to get away from the goddamn fish,"
It's
and
a
cast Sickening Radiance on it.
He couldn't.
sickening radiance. Sickening radiance. Sickening radiance.
4th level spell, 30-foot radius sphere. Everybody within the radius needs to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw.
Oh, Constitution, huh?
Also, as
actually-
a bonus action,
That's good.
and as a bonus action, she's going to heal huge for 5d6.
Let's
With-
say you do that first.
Yeah.
So you're using what are you? How are you healing?
Give
him?
us a minute. Give us a minute. Yeah. What was the spell?
Huh? Oh, it's not a spell. It's a class ability.
Okay, cool. Does it have a name?
Yeah. Let me just check here.
So he heals
Healing
20.
Light.
Healing Light.
It's the warlocks thing.
Cool. Gotcha.
Does it only work on one person, or is it AOE?
No, it's probably one
No,
person.
it's just a single target. You
Yeah.
get 96 hit
Um.
points to toss around.
Okay, so, all right, who's making saves? Give me a list.
All right, let's see.
So 30-foot radius on a point, right? Pick a point. Show me 30 feet.
All
Or is it a line? A 30-foot radius sphere.
Try
Yep.
not
On a
to
point you
try to have
choose.
like try to not hit everyone. You know, you can.
You could put it here.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'll put it here.
So you would only hit the creature and the sword.
Which I'm pretty sure is immune to. Well, it's not immune to the damage, but it's probably immune to exhaustion.
Wait, is
Actually-
it poison damage?
That's true.
No, it's radiant damage.
Oh well, hot hands.
Um,
I didn't know sickening. Oh wait, was it called sickening radiance?
Sickening
Yes.
Radiance. It's the only spell in the game that does exhaustion.
Yep.
All right, so talk to me. You said con save?
Yep. DC 16.
Okay. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Okay. This guy has a +9 to his con saves.
Bless you.
Ooh, only a 14. Is that
He
a fail?
fails. Yep, and now he has disadvantage on ability checks.
All right. Does the
And takes. And I'll roll for damage.
roll for damage?
My
Holy
sword is
shit.
definitely done. Oh wait, my sword has to roll. Numa, not my. Okay, so you said it's a con, so that means it has +4.
All right, they take 26 radiant
Perfectly
damage.
average.
Oh, Numa passed. So
Well, did
wow. Yeah.
Mari,
so
what's
Numa
your spell
takes.
save DC?
It's still unconscious. 13 damage is still enough to knock him out.
The sword falls
No,
into the water.
It only takes the damage if it succeeds the con save. It doesn't take any damage.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Well, hot hands.
Yep.
Oh,
You're
and
still alive.
Oh, interesting. Wow, this smells weird. One sec.
Yep.
Whoa, wait a minute.
When a creature
Okay,
moves into
this
the
is
spell's
not a
area
point and click spell. This is a duration spell.
Yeah.
Okay, wait a minute. Alright, one sec. This is...
It's just nice to get things pre
Or starts its turn
It's
there.
from Xanathar.
Yep.
Okay, and
So I
it...
just-
Now, reminder, it can only take it once per turn.
Yep.
Okay, one sec. But now we have to make a circle. Alright, one sec. Is it alt for a circle? Nope, not drawing right now. Draw shape.
Good thing the thing can't move.
Circle. Alright, give me the point. Give me the point again. Click it. Or, use your, thing.
What
Right
is
there.
this?
Someone give me... No, get rid of that. Give me a 30-foot thing so I can make a circle. I can draw a circle. No, what are you doing?
Okay.
Use the
I
ruler
was
tool.
trying to draw and I messed up.
Okay, use
I
the
tried to draw
ruler
it and I
tool
messed up.
because I can't do both at the same time. So get rid of the lines.
I don't know
Okay,
how
perfect.
to do
Thank you.
that.
Click them and then
Right.
get rid of them.
Oh.
You have to zoom in to edit shapes, by the way. You have to zoom in to like 95%.
Oh.
Okay, you said 30-foot radius?
Yep.
Yep, 30-foot radius.
Okay. That's about right. So is that where it
Yep.
is?
Yep.
Okay, so all of these things that we mentioned happen at the start of the creature's turn.
Yep.
So
we'll just say
we'll
when
just
the ad
say
happens,
when
that's
it
when
happens,
they have to do it.
it happens. All right, and then Mari, that's your turn, right? You did your bonus action for huge. You
Mhm.
did the spell. We rolled the saves for the turn, unless creatures just so happen to enter the space. Next up, it is going to... How does that make it feel?
Exhausted. It's
yeah,
very
rather
tired.
Sleepy.
exhausted.
Yep. It's tired and has disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, on ability
Including
checks
being-
only?
Yeah.
Noted.
Including being ungrappled.
That is
Yep.
true. That is a contested
That's
ability
why-
check.
Yep.
Oh, wow. That's actually...
That's
it's
why
not going
I
to be able to
cast
move,
it.
huh?
Smart moth.
Interesting.
Very smart moth.
And if it gets to the third level, it starts getting really messed with because then it gets disadvantage on attack rolls
Yeah,
and saving
that's-
throws
Oh,
as well.
fuck, if it can't... Oh, wow!
We have to keep it
And
on
if
this
it gets
spot.
to
Wow, this
Yeah,
is just...
and if it gets to number 6, it just straight up fucking dies.
Which would be very funny, because I think that's one... Never mind. Anyways, Mari, your turn just happened.
Yep.
It's gonna use a legendary action. And it is going to go after the person who had hooked it. That is its prerogative.
Huge.
Oh.
I mean,
Wait. Yeah, is that a... Oh, it's a ram attack. Yeah, because it slams its skull down against huge once again.
God damn it, not huge.
And that
huge,
is
get
enough.
out of the goddamn water.
He does not
He
respond.
can't.
He is hanging limply against the ship. Bloody,
so it's a
bruised,
ram
and
attack
muscles to pull
yourself
up.
unconscious. Huge is unconscious.
This isn't allowed.
Yes, it is.
I never thought Huge would ever be threatened by anything in this entire game. Anyways, moving on. Huge and Charmant, it is your turn.
Zalphos, where are you, you fucking bastard?
Zalphos is back on the island.
Zalphos!
Mari is becoming increasingly unimpressed with Huge.
Yo, don't talk shit about
Unimpressed?
Huge.
The motherfucker is... never mind. Alright.
Siegfried,
to be
grab
fair,
God
the,
made a
grab the
note.
rod.
version of him is a giant meathead that will jump at anything with reckless
Siegfried,
abandon.
grab the
To be
rod.
fair, he got pulled.
It is your moment.
Yeah, the rod is still clenched tightly in Huge's teeth. We'll say as well. He specifically saved the rod. All right. Oof. So here's the thing. Charmant is the type of person who would be like, "Oh no, I'll help pull him on the ship." Charmant looks over and looks down, and you see tears starting to form on his eyes, as he runs over to the like guiding thing of the ship, the wheel. And he's gonna go ahead and this will be the ship's movement for the turn. He will guide the ship forward a little.
Our ships are gonna.
That's as far as he can get. And he's gonna... Actually, come to think of it, you guys were fishing. You would have weighed anchor, right?
I don't know.
Meh, alright, fuck it. Whatever. I'm gonna say you can drop anchor. The crew can drop anchor as an action or whatever as needed. So we're not gonna worry about it. Anyways, there are enough stakes as is. I'm not gonna have us worry too much about the ship's spacing. All right. He's still kind of over here. The crewman with the cannon shouts out, "Little more and I'll have a shot!" All right. I believe that was Charmant's turn. It is time for the big one. Let me just go ahead and turn this upside down. All right.
Huge has to make a death save.
Sorry?
Huge
Oh,
has to make a
yes!
death save.
Thank you for reminding me. Yes. Okay, that's one failed death save from Huge.
God, no.
Still recording
Guys.
and everything, right? Yep, we're good. I just
Guys.
yes, we're good.
Huge can't die.
I'm
He
gonna
can't
actually.
with the copper.
It's all good. It's the big one's turn. The big one is going to go after the biggest threat to its life currently. What has caused damage to it recently? Also, let me check its
Salamander.
intelligence.
My sword was the
Okay.
last one
The
to deal
big
with damage.
glowing ball of light.
It's going to... It can't move, and it wants to move. It is going to attack Jormungandr. As it thrashes its tail and whips its head, and sort of almost yanks Jormungandr forward as it attempts to bite at Jormungandr.
So is it trying to undo the grapple, or is it just attacking?
No, it's
to
attacking.
attack?
It's attacking him.
Okay.
It's attacking him. 15 and a 26. Does a 15 hit?
I don't think so. Jormungandr is wearing
14
armor.
is its armor's class. But Jormungandr has armor on, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Did
Oh.
he grew again, remember?
Fast. Yeah.
Siegfried.
Yeah.
Was the armor magical?
It was magical.
Oh.
I
What
had it
kind of
enchanted.
armor was it?
It was half plate.
I believe
It was-
that is 16, is it not?
Yeah, 16 plus dex. Well, up to 2. I don't remember if it was plus. I don't think it was +1 though. I think it was just like it was enchanted so that it can literally change size. That was the enchantment.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll say the first one misses then.
Oh wait, I still have
we
that
have to
wand
we have
of
to iron that
size
down.
change. I have the wand of size change still.
Gee, that's interesting.
What is that? Is that a what kind of save is that?
It's not a save. I think it just happens. Unless.
No,
Oh no.
if
Yeah. No. Gotcha. You're thinking of the other direction. Okay.
yeah.
Teeth. Teeth. Give me the teeth. There they are. All right. That is 20 points of piercing damage to Jormungandr. Jormungunder's got a bit of health, so he should. Siegfried, are you keeping track of Jormungandr or am I?
It's up to you. I can if you want.
I got it. He has 85 health. Uh-huh. And now he has less than that. 65. Okay.
Target
that-
the willing and must make a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
It's gonna pass that.
So this is the point where it gets that point of exhaustion.
Yep.
Because it started its turn in the thing, it takes whatever damage, etc. Okay. This is still that turn. Next up in the turn order is the crew. These guys are gonna pull the ship around if possible. That is forced movement for the body of... Oh, no. That is forced movement for the body of... Huge, so we don't need to worry about that. He has his arm firmly wrapped around the, He has his arm firmly wrapped around the thing.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh, my voice went back. There we go. How's
Uh-huh.
that?
Yeah.
I think it sounds the same.
Yep. Why is nothing working anymore? Oh god, the raptor's on the loose. Fuck. Anyways.
Oh no.
Throw it into its mouth.
They're gonna fire the cannon. Of course, there was only one dude there. So it's gonna take him a while to reload it, but it does have a +6 to hit. That is a 14. The cannonball fires into the sea.
This is janky.
Rip.
This monster's hitting everything, and we can't hit shit.
It's got thick hide.
It's not even just that.
A
We've
dangerous
been
thing.
rolling under 10 mostly.
Pretty much, yeah. It's a little rough. Almost as if this thing is
happened.
a legendary creature.
It's almost as if we have horrible luck when fighting hard monsters.
We have to keep this thing in place.
That
That is
have the god of fishing on our side, and we can't win.
This guy is this guy is gonna go ahead and fire his crossbow. Nope, ignore that.
Oh.
That was the fudge button, which I don't know why that's even there. I would never.
the monster's health is now at -2, guys.
So this guy hits again. Oh, ignore
He's
that
a
second
goddamn
one.
god.
This dude deals...
He gets an extra 10 gold in his pay.
He deals 4 points of damage to the creature with this next bolt. He's like, ah, yeah, take that! Aha! Fuck you!
That's for huge.
Yeah, that's for the big guy!
Is
All
he
right.
dead?
At the end
He's
of...
dying.
At the end of the crew's turn, it's going to use its last legendary action for the turn. And attempt to slam Jormungandr again. This is going to be the ram attack.
He's gonna pay for this.
Oh. Noted. Oh, wait, those legendary actions are rams, not bites. I keep forgetting that. Jesus Christ, that matters so much. Okay.
I think you've only done it as...
I've only done it as bites. You know what?
Uh,
I'm switching it to bite, and I'll make the ram 2 from now on, because like that's. I keep thinking it because that's probably what I originally intended. So I'm just gonna switch it to bite. And then if I want to do the ram, that'll be 2. Okay. Come on, you son of a bitch. Sorry, excuse me. Alright, it's gonna make another bite attack against Huge.
what?
No, not Huge. Jormungandr.
You just
Jormungandr
wanna
happens
kill
to
him.
be big. Oh, that's a miss. Another miss. It can't quite seem to get a hold of Jormungandr, the slippery bastard. Alright, that is the end of the crew's turn. Siegfried, you are up.
One sec.
Sick. You gotta get revenge for Huge. He walloped Huge.
Use my bonus action to activate the flame tongue.
Flame tongue is up.
Then I'm gonna reckless attack twice.
Alright, you have advantage.
Kick his ass.
You have the potential to deal a lot of damage here.
Oh, those both hit.
So you're rolling these as each attack, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's
that's
funny how they both got the same
20
total.
and a more than 20. So both of those hit. 2 hits. Big damage. Big damage. As you all see the radiant energy exploding out from Siegfried. The Jormungandr
Right.
technically isn't within 10 feet, side note.
So that's 8
Exploding out from Siegfried, his shouts of rage as he ignites the flame tongue great sword and drives the fiery edge down into the beast's hide twice, dealing
So it's
plus his rage, so
plus his rage.
plus 20.
It's a lot of damage.
8d6 plus 20. Holy hole in a
He's
donut.
a beefy boy, but how beefy is he?
mm, 39.
That's the total?
Yeah.
Alright, that deals 49 points of damage to this creature. He is not currently under... The part you are attacking is not underwater, so he does not have resistance to the fire. So, that damage goes through. Big fucking damage. Alright, so math. And then, you draw great gouts of this dark blood from, below the plates. You carve off a segment of bone from, his hide, revealing this, like, grayish flesh hidden beneath the bone. The pink meat hidden beneath, pulsing, with energy, and the black trickling liquid within. Between the muscles you can see now revealed from the gashes that you've left.
Then at the end of my turn, it's 4 damage.
Oh, Danny takes 4 damage. He's looking hurt.
Alright.
No, Jormund. Kick his ass.
It is Jormungandr's turn. Jormungandr bites down aggressively. He misses.
He's still grappled, right?
Yep. Yep, because he didn't attempt to escape or anything. Jormungandr is keeping him in place. Alright. That was top of the round. Alright. So, top of the round. Everybody remember Sickening Radiance.
Yeah, so this would be the first time sickening radiance would affect Numa, which would be that time I rolled a 16. So
What?
it's gonna
What?
move
No, no,
out.
no, no, no. That was last turn.
Yes,
Last
but
turn was the
it's
first rolls for
I
everything. Did you roll a second time?
No, I went after.
No.
No, I went after Zen. I'm
Yeah.
directly after Zen. So this is the first
Oh.
round that it's in there.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
and I had already rolled.
So skip Numa, yes, fish. Got it.
Yes.
Thank you.
So Numa moved out. Just saying. But yeah, so I'm gonna go
Noted.
and I have to be 10 feet because it's a ranged weapon. I'm freaking hooking this guy right now. This has to
Okay.
the moment of
You know
truth.
what? He's grappled. Do it with advantage. He
Okay.
can't really move, but he's thrashing.
All right. So
I will give you free advantage on this one.
all right. Well, if I hit
23. You try real. No, I'm kidding. You hit.
but imagine that. If I didn't have
He
advantage, I would have
casts
missed again.
shield. Nah, I'm kidding. Could you imagine? Anyways.
I could. All right. So I'm gonna so do I just not do damage if I'm trying to hook onto it,
No,
or
you
do
roll
I
the
also do
damage
damage?
and you can yank yourself wherever you want to be.
All right. So
Yep, within 15 feet, you could get right on top of his head. I will say it's getting a little crowded on the fish. You guys are gonna have to be conscientious of where you are relative to Siegfried. Although Zen, it doesn't really matter. Yeah,
I
it
don't
doesn't
really
really matter
care.
for you. It's 2 damage.
So
So are you hooked on his mouth with the rod and you are like in position?
I'm sorry. I'm just checking to make sure I do the damage right. Okay. Yeah, it's this much damage. All right.
3d6 plus 2 plus whatever mod you want to use.
Oh wow, I rolled pretty bad for that.
Oh, and then plus
16.
the extra d6 for Hunter's Mark, I assume, yeah?
Yeah. So 16 damage, and like I'm just posted up, like behind its head, like using the bone spurs that are sticking out for leverage, and like pulling
Yeah.
the thing's mouth up
Yeah.
from on top of it, like you son of a bitch. And I'm gonna
Yes.
like lock it
Interesting.
because I kind of want to stab it. Like I want to hold the rod with one hand and
I will
stab with
say
another.
the thing that deals damage for the rod is using the weight. I'm gonna say you can secure yourself now, since it's hooked
Yeah,
and
that's what I
stuff.
want.
So it's gonna be difficult for you to get knocked any further than like 5 feet away from it because you have the rod. It would have to make a check specifically to disengage, like to get out of the grapple or whatever. But that's 2 separate things that are grappling it. Keep in mind at this point, and it's exhausted.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have Numa attack twice.
Okay, go ahead. Roll, my friends. Roll your dice.
They both hit.
Hits. Roll damage. 2 hits.
Right, so that's it's
Slicing and dicing.
2 plus 1 plus 3, so that's 6. Have I been doing this wrong the whole time? I'm a goddamn mess. It is.
Well, you
It is
haven't
2
activated
plus,
your
yeah.
ways or anything either.
No. This is. I've been doing Numa's damage wrong this entire time.
How so?
It's not. I haven't been doing the right modifier for the damage, but it's not a big deal. It's like 5 damage at best, and I don't even worry about it.
Okay.
Like I don't
Extra
care
or
that much.
less?
Yeah, so that's and then I have to roll.
Doesn't matter.
What doesn't matter? Is it dead?
No. Haha, you wish.
I do wish. So it did 19 plus. Did it come up? No, it didn't. 19 plus 9. It did 38 damage. And I'm gonna have Numa like
You said
get within.
38?
Yeah, 38 damage, and I kind of want to like get within like so I can like grab
One
Numa.
sec, that. Wait.
What's wrong?
5, 6, 30. You have him on the ropes. He is. What was that attack, Numa?
Yeah, Numa attack twice.
You see Numa spin around the creature, actually is able to go the full radius of the creature as they strike. And you see a ring of blood explode out from the creature in that area where it struck. it lets out this oddly familiar roar that immediately chills the bones of both Zen and Siegfried. This except deeper, bassier, and a little more wet.
Is this a whale?
But the great sea cow.
Fucking fine. It's
It
more
sounds
of
like
a
the. It sounds like.
like
It sounds
more
like
of a growl.
the protector, right?
No, the protector didn't really make much noise. It reminds you a little bit of the Deep Titan in a way, except like a much smaller creature. As well as the things that you heard deep.
Oh, does this
deep
shit got a
down in your
fucking
dream.
centipede in it?
No,
Stab it.
none of that. It is not that oily substance that you're familiar with. Although the parts that you see, the muscles that you see within do seem to be coated in that as like it's an internal residue that it has. You can see from the cuts and the gashes. Anywhere you see the muscles and the organs moving, you see that slick substance that kind of smokily emits into the water, besides the dark blood that it already has, which doesn't seem to be the substance, but it appears to have the substance that you generally associate with the slumbering serpent within itself to some extent.
Hit it till it dies.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so after Numa attacks, it's gonna fly like within arm's reach of me.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. So, Mari, what are you gonna do? This creature is thrashing aggressively. This dark blood is beginning to pool in the water from various points. You see bits of the carapace, several spikes have been lopped off from the assault of Siegfried and Numa. The tail is spurting blood from the parts that Jormungandr is thrashing around.
This isn't
Alright.
fishing anymore.
Huh? Sorry?
Mari's
No, it's not.
What?
Mari's gonna move right there. Use
Okay.
bonus action to get Huge back up. And
Huge
Can
shakes their head and sort of as some
just
of the blood
1d6.
sucks back in. Go ahead.
Yep.
Oh, 5? Okay, so Huge is back up at
Yep.
5.
Get back onto the ship and don't bother with the creature anymore.
Understood. You are a huge help. I'm sorry. And Huge is gonna
He can
attempt
still fish it.
to...
He can still fish it. Don't limit Huge. Huge has huge potential. Don't
He-
limit Huge.
He
He's
does,
not-
but he
he's-
just got mauled.
Huge is not used to this. Just gonna point that out. Huge is not used to this.
I don't think anyone's used to this.
Well,
But
Zen should be.
what? I am actually right. I am used to getting fucked up by some
You
fish.
are, but you have a
Are
phobia
you?
now.
I don't have a
So
phobia. I have
that's,
an immense
that's a miss
anger
and a
and
miss.
hate.
The first arrow clangs off of Siegfried's sword as he strikes down at it.
Can we nerf
driving the
this
sword
thing's
deeper
AC
in.
because they got a large plate taken
The-
off?
You know what? Its AC drops by 1.
Ha.
So the second attack hits. Actually, no. Here, how about
It
this? How
still
about this?
wouldn't hit.
No, never mind. I gave Zen advantage. Roll both of those again, and take whatever's higher.
Oh, no, this is.
Advantage.
Oh,
There you
nat-
fucking go. A nat
The
20
Nice.
concentration
and
is
a
still
hit.
held, right?
They haven't
Yep.
taken damage, yeah.
Oh,
I have not
great.
taken damage. I am thoroughly out of range.
Good job.
All right.
Alright.
I recommend doing the crit. One second. Let
Yep.
me just double check the math on this. I recommend doing the crit first.
Or just
And
adding
then
all
you
the
can-
damage together.
And then go ahead. Just roll the damage. Hey, are these magical arrows?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
because the
more
radiance.
specifically.
Ooh.
Yep. I still gotta roll the.
What's the
So
total?
that was
15.
pathetic.
That's 15.
15?
I mean,
How do you,
15
how
with
do you
one
want to do
arrow.
this?
I mean, on average, that would have done a whole lot more. That would have been in the 20s.
You
But hey,
are striking in a way that should kill the creature. How would you like to go about it?
the bow shoots a single laser through its gills, and it's just dead. It's floating there.
Well, no, say
All
what you
right,
do.
get
I'll
on-
tell you what the creature does.
She shoots an
it-
arrow onto the fleshy bit, and a giant white laser shoots through its body and
Yes.
hits the bottom of the ocean. She then flies over, and instead of firing that second arrow,
Ooh.
she just lightly pushes it in the direction of the bubble.
So, stop. There's a reason I told you to do the crit first.
Oh,
So, actually, come to think of it, the thing I was gonna say, I didn't write how a critical hit would affect this, but so your first strike kills it, and your second strike causes it to fail its first death saving throw. The creature's eyes are now illuminated a bright yellow.
Kill it.
The scrapes and the cuts and the gashes, you see that black ooze that had coated its organs and muscles is now bubbling out of it and seems to be, it jerkily moves in a way that is less organic. It is not alive anymore. Roll your damage for your second hit.
all right.
What in the
Actually,
heck?
the damage doesn't matter. It fails its first death save.
So, is it Huge and Charmot's turn now?
It is now Huge and Charmot's turn.
I shout.
Yeah.
I would shout. Hit this thing. Attack this thing. However you can.
Huge, hearing that, was about to start climbing up the ship, sees its eyes glow, and you see the you look over towards Huge, and you see the reflection of the yellow glow in his eyes as he is staring directly into those bright abysses.
Oh no,
And
there's our back,
he
Huge.
coils against the ship. Charmot grabs the crossbow from this crew member and fires. Charmot has a higher to hit than the crew member. That's a hit. You see, Charmot smile, you son of a, and he fires. And, the arrow shunts into one of the glowing eyes. You see a bright yellow material, spurt out and then fade into the black goo that you're used to seeing. The other eye still affixed, glowing in Huge's direction. The ship is pushed back a couple feet as Huge launches off of the ship and lets out a roar and punches the fish,
This always works, guys. We've
knocking
learned this.
its beak clean off. The teeth shatter and the face armor cracks beneath Huge's fist. The eye fades away and flicks away. Huge swims back to the ship, wraps his arm around, and heaves a great sigh as you all now sit atop the truly dead, for now, supposedly, corpse of the big one, known in my notes as the Dunk Master.
Oh,
Is that what this thing's called?
Yes.
The Dunk Master?
Michael Jordan.
Because it's a Dunkleosteus and it's a big guy, and I also thought it was gonna kind of dunk on you.
It
So
dunked
it
on
worked-
huge.
it
It
worked on-
100% dunked on
Of
huge.
course, of course.
While we're all sitting here, you're gonna hear Siegfried say, "Thank God this was just a baby."
You hear the 4-string quartet begin to pick up violin and oh, hey, look, it's the Guardian. You see 3 orbs fly up from the sea and explode. No, none of that, none of that. I think, my beautiful friends, reflect for a moment. Everybody breathes a sigh of relief. Except Charmit, who could not be louder. Whoop, 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 we fucking got him, lads! Oh my... And he, like, is indicating towards the crews to all, like, begin to, ready their, tow lines. Oh, whoops. To begin readying the tow lines and, sort of start to, like, get ready to haul this thing in.
Hey Siegfried, can you tell Jormungandr to wait a bit before he starts eating it? He can
Jormungandr
have
has
some
started
after
eating
we
it.
bring it back. Could you tell him to hold off for a bit?
Jormungandr has gotten through the first fin of the tail.
Siegfried.
Jormungandr has gotten through the second fin of the tail.
How do you
Siegfried, this is for the
rotate?
clout.
More.
Sorry?
How do you
So he was gonna
rotate
say-
character models? I got rotated on the ship when I didn't want to.
I don't know if you can do it. Here. Sorry.
Thank you.
How much is Jormungandr allowed to eat?
Said he got like halfway up the tail, right?
Yeah, if by the time you and me finish talking right now, yes, he's halfway up the tail.
All right then, that should be enough.
Jormungandr doesn't want to stop. Jormungandr wants to keep going. He wants to finish it.
Glare at him.
He glares back. Roll intimidation. I believe you either have advantage or you have a plus to this, right?
Ooh.
Wait, the salamander has to, if it's trying to disobey him, it has to.
Oh, it
Make a
rolls
save.
a. Well, yeah, but Siegfried, do you want to roll to counter intimidate, or would you rather he just make the save?
I'm not sure.
It's your decision as a player.
I'll roll to counter intimidate.
Sounds good.
26.
I'm gonna use his strength mod because it's appropriate, and because I would have let you do it if that was the decision. You cow your lizard into submission for now. He swallows the chunks that he's eaten and begins to slowly kind of just
Now,
drift in
Before
the
he
water.
goes away, I'm gonna tell him, remember who I am.
He knows who you are. He reminds you what he is. Which is an oddly specific revelation for such a creature with the intelligence that you have seen before. And he reminds you he is hungry.
Can eat
I
later.
throw a good berry at him.
He eats a
Literally
good berry
in the
and is
middle of the
relatively
ocean.
satisfied.
You can eat anywhere. We're in the middle of the ocean, just not this fish.
He nods and begins to swim down. Do you allow him to go hunt for a bit?
Yeah.
Jormungandr will go hunt for a little while to satisfy his cravings, though he will never be truly satisfied. All right.
He's been like cursed. Like,
Huh?
if Jormungandr could never truly be satisfied, he's been cursed.
Not anymore. It is what he is. Although the good berries help. Though, like I said, their effectiveness will wane.
I'll give him 2.
That'll do it.
I have to give him the whole bag at one point.
All right.
You know
yeah.
what? I generate a bunch a day. It's fine.
So I'm gonna say, let's call it for tonight. We can discuss, or unless you guys wanted something.
I want the clout.
You want to talk about clout now?
I want a clout now.
I don't think we need clout now. We have clout at home.
if you don't mind, I would like to explore and prepare for your trip back, as you do need to transport this creature back. And this is where we'll end. As you all look off, the sun now set, the moon illuminating the seas, you see two dark shapes heading in your direction from different directions. One from the general direction of where you assume the ascending menagerie would be, or like just towards the main continent there, the main northwestern continent. And one from the direction of the Temple of Angulus, bearing a flag that appears to be a goblin wearing a pirate hat. The other ship.
We're gonna fucking kill them.
The other ship coming from
I still have one more shot.
Of course. The other ship.
Sickening radiance.
Nice. The other
You still
ship,
have this one.
That's true. The other ship,
Yes.
coming from the east, appears to be covered in plants and moss and vines that seem to writhe in the water and pull it forward. So that's what we're going to deal with next week.
I say we just go kill that first ship immediately. Don't even give them a chance.
You blow it out of the water. All right, next.
The other
No,
one,
no.
I don't fucking know. That sounds scary.
Yeah, so we will deal with... I'm kidding. We will actually have to interact and figure it out, and I'm sure it'll be comedic, them having to deal with this or whatever, or they may take whatever opportunity they can. Anywho, moving on. Have a beautiful rest of your night, everybody. We will deal with the
Good night.
intruders, the two intruding ships, next week. Have a beautiful night.
Peace. Oh, we're